This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Very Hard to Submit. Go to vhtsny.com and check out their kimonos, compression gear, and apparel. This is a brand we are excited to be supported by. Their gear is high quality with a clean design. Go to vhtsny.com and see for yourself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Grappler Union Podcast. Javier Palomo alongside Anthony Zito. On this episode, we have Paul Moloney in studio. Paul is a brown belt under Andre Manenco and just an all-around awesome guy. Enjoy.
I need the 6 minutes. That's what happens in that 6 minutes.
You told me, using any technique that works, never to limit myself to one style. Keep an open mind.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
In order to become more peaceful, in order for you to become better and strategize your life.
About his chokehold. Just for sure.
We're live.
A good day.
Good day. Good day.
It is a good day, isn't it?
This side of the table from you guys.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's awkward seeing you now.
Is this how you normally look at the guests?
This is how I look at them.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Do I look weird?
You're creepy.
This is actually his approach at most tournaments as well, honestly.
Yes.
So
I try to creep them out first.
Yeah.
Talk to them a lot. Pretend that I'm their friend. And then I try to choke them.
See, it didn't work this time, though. Because
Though it did not work in the last few matches. I've had a
Yeah.
rough go at it, purple belt, so far. I'm not going to lie. It's
Are you
completely-
saying that your technique perhaps has not leveled up with you?
I
your
disagree with you.
distraction?
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I've competed already now twice, 3 times at purple, 4 times at purple.
I'm sorry, is this episode about you?
It
No.
is.
No, it's not. But
It's
you
not?
were,
Oh,
we were
shocking.
talking about that. Yeah. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, you're welcome. See, Javi, these are the things you're going to have to do.
That I have to make sure to check the Zito ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's about
Well,
you.
you're going to
Ego.
have to bring it back to the guest.
Yeah.
You know, keep
Sometimes.
things online.
Yes.
All right. Do you prefer to be addressed as Paul or
Pueblo.
Mr. Maloney?
Paul's fine.
So okay,
Another thing-
so that's an awkward thing that obviously not everyone
You're gonna
knows.
have to. Let me just point this out real quick.
Yeah.
So anytime we fire up the podcast, I look at the clock,
Okay.
and then I know about an hour and a half from now, 2 hours, you're gonna have to start kicking Zito underneath the table because he'll go for 24 straight hours.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
You got to
Well,
be Zito. How many times have I kicked you under the table? Like wrap this up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you've done it.
Every
I'm not gonna lie.
episode? Almost?
No, not every episode, but he's done it for sure.
I'm gonna for sure aim for the good ankle too.
No.
Yeah.
Hit him in the bad foot.
Don't hit me in the Paul Doe foot, please.
Is that what we're calling it?
I don't know what else to call it. I mean, he owns it. It's his.
It's the Dolock.
The Joe lock.
Well, I mean, listen, I got that picture for you. Like,
Yes,
he
I-
took that trophy home,
He,
man.
as he should have.
Yeah.
As he should have. He deserved it for sure.
But back to the guests.
Yes.
And explaining
guys.
perhaps to the crowd why today
You are a guest.
you are the guest.
Yes, it is an honor to be the first guest on Grappler Union 2.0.
Yes, that's
Are we
right.
calling it this?
I guess
we could.
Sure.
I guess this is a passing of the torch, so to speak, to Javi, because I no longer have time to do the podcast. Simply put,
Yeah, it's not like I just didn't. I told Paul basically. I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear because already when I walk into a room or a tournament or wherever I'm at, and there's jujitsu guys there, they're always like, "Where's Paul?
where's your lover?
Where's Paul, man? So where's Paul? So what happened with Paul?"
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I don't know, man.
So-
Like, we're not like married. This is not like.
So you want to displace this on me? Is that what you're saying?
No. I just don't want to hear it. Like, so
It's
what?
funny
Did
that people, like-
Zito fire Paul or?
It's funny that people think that because, like, me and Z, like, I'll see you when we do the podcast, and that might be like that. Like, I might get 3 days of training in that week, and you'll get 3 days of training in that
But on
week, and we
different
won't
days.
even run into each other.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, like I'll go like a Monday during the day. You never train during the day. I'll go
Right.
Tuesday night. You never train Tuesdays,
Right.
and I'll do like a drilling session on Sunday. You never.
Right.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, like the guests for sure have that, or the listeners for sure have that impression because Zito can't bring up with your name in a jiu-jitsu context without pointing out how every time you roll, Paul smashes me every time I roll. Paul's fucking with me. He pulls guard, so I can't pull guard. That bastard. Like, it does make it seem like you guys are literally working
That's
together
true.
nonstop,
Right,
constantly.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, we are not training nonstop constantly.
Yeah, so Zito hits me up, and like this has slowly been progressing. If anyone is an every week listener, they could tell I've been missing episodes here and there, and it's due to my new job at McCormick, which is about to ramp up even more. So we're about to go on a 90-day run here, where I won't have a single day off, and it's looking like 10 to 12 hours a day.
Please tell me that it's worth every penny. Though,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Okay.
I'm gonna make a ton of money,
Right.
But
Well,
And
it's not, what's even interesting because Paul, when we were talking on the phone, and he's like, "Dude," he goes, "and I love this job."
Well, that's good.
And that's what's important. It's not that he's taking all this time off of training and mixing stuff around and stuff like that, and he's like, "Fuck, I hate this job," but he actually likes this job.
Yeah.
He likes this position he's in,
Yeah.
which is good. It's
Yeah,
important to like what you're doing.
yeah,
I remember when you guys started this, Paul was definitely not in that position.
No,
Yeah.
he hated it. That's why he took 4 months off.
yeah. And so basically, I want to stay there. So, and it's hard and it's unfair to Zito because my old job and basically everyone else's job is I work from 7 to 3:30 or I work from 8 to 4:30. Your schedule and you can plan guests around that. McCormick Place is such a shit show. Javi, I think you have experience in trade shows and stuff like that.
Trade shows are always a massive pain in the ass
Yeah.
on the logistics end for us, like shipping displays
Right.
and other units in. Ugh, it's a nightmare.
We get what's called marching orders. So, at the end of that day, right before they're about to say, okay, that's it for today, boom, they'll give you your marching orders for tomorrow. And it could be hey, you're starting at noon, or hey, come in at 6:30 a.m. Or, you don't know if you're working the next day until, late that day.
Right.
That's, my only complaint of the job.
That it's hard to schedule your life.
It's hard to
around.
schedule your life around it. And that's unfair to Zito because, I was, canceling last minute and...
Right.
It sucks to do a podcast by yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not, you're not Joe Rogan. You don't have 20 years of stand-up comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's not something I want to do. I like having you and having more people in the room is always a better time.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, I'm working with the family business. My dad's a home builder.
Okay.
And so he's, the economy's doing good and he's busier and has more projects. And so I'm doing basically all the paperwork for him, which is almost like a second job.
Right.
We've got 4 houses going right now, and between all the emails and receipts and invoices and proposals and permits and certificates of insurance and spreadsheets and budget sheets, and it's like a second job pretty much,
I'm deeply amused at the thought of Paul being in charge of the spreadsheets.
That's funny. But I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because when you're busy, business is good.
Right,
You
for
know?
sure.
So that's not the case. And I like being involved. This was all stuff that my mom used to take care of, but when she passed away, it kind of fell on me. And it was something that was manageable up until, the last 6 or 9 months. And
Things have just been
we're
booming.
busy. Yeah. So
Good place to be, though.
with a heavy heart, I'm leaving the show.
Right. But you're leaving the show as a brown belt Chicago Open champion.
Yes, you are.
Hey.
Nice segue there.
Yeah,
Yeah, how's
that's
that
how-
feel, buddy? That's your first gold, right?
It is.
Really?
It's amazing.
I didn't
think so.
realize that.
Yeah, it's his first win.
Do you have gold at the Open?
Yes.
Yeah.
In blue.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everyone
In
at this
gi and no gi.
everyone at this table has won gold at the Chicago Open. That is apparently our lucky tournament.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was I was kind of tripping out on the way to the Open too. Just driving there, I was like,
First of all, Paul shows up 30 minutes before his match.
always.
But he's discussed
That
that,
was early.
strategy on air. Yeah. Like he doesn't
He's
want to
like,
be at the tournament.
Coming in late.
Yeah.
Give a fuck.
And my goal is to walk in as they're calling my name on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
No, but I was driving there and I was like, yeah, I'm about to make a ton of money over the next 3 months. This is kind of stupid.
Right.
You know,
In case you get injured.
Like, what if I tear my knee? Like,
true.
That would have been an expensive mistake. You know,
Yes.
Right.
For the sake of what? You know,
I mean,
you know me. I'm not like that into competing.
I
You know
know,
what I mean?
right.
And like, you guys both can perform your jobs with let's say a broken foot.
Right.
You know, me, I don't get paid if I'm hurt, if I'm broken. You know, I got to be able to walk 10 miles a day. We walk 10 to 12 miles a day on average at McCormick
Right,
Place.
just in McCormick,
I
yeah.
got to be able to jump in and out of scissors lifts, climb ladders, all that shit. You
Right.
know?
Right.
So, yeah, on the way there, I was like, this is fucking stupid. If I come out of here uninjured, that's a W for me.
Right.
You know? But I'm going to show up and I'm going to fight hard.
Right.
You know? Yeah, and it went my way that day.
It did.
Yeah.
It's fucking nice.
Yeah.
Break it down for me because I couldn't be there, unfortunately.
Okay,
And
so-
you know, I mean, they need to up their game. You know, this Flow subscription. I'm not getting the opens. Those should obviously be recorded, just like Worlds.
Right.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well,
God,
first of
how
all,
much would that add to the cost?
I go to check my weight in, you know, the community scale, whatever the hell that
Right,
is.
right.
Matt Layton's there. I'm bullshitting with him for a little bit. I'm like, let me jump on here and see how under I am, you know,
you're-
because I'm always under.
Yeah, okay.
For lightweight. And I step on and the scale's like 172. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, you know?
Did you have like a giant coffee on the way over or something?
No. And I turn around and Matt Layton's got his foot on the scale. Son of a bitch. Well, like my heart jumped a second.
He was helping you.
Yeah,
He-
sure.
Yeah, he was getting you
Right.
hyped for the fight.
Yeah. So I had there was 3 of us in my bracket. So round robin to the death, you know.
As it should be.
My first match was I was getting beat 6-2. I pulled guard, swept him.
And that was a nice. I like when I saw you do that. I was like, huh. I never seen.
I hit that all the time.
That's so
Yeah.
slick.
You've never
It's such-
seen it from
I've
the
never seen-
outside.
I've never seen Paul do that. I've never seen you do that.
Yeah.
But that's like you must do it like when you go against John and stuff like that.
Right,
He must
right.
play that. But he doesn't do that with me. But that's a slick fucking sweep.
Yeah.
Like you pull and then boom up.
Yeah,
and
it's
then you,
quick.
It's so nice.
It's real quick. I hit that in both my matches, actually. So I was down 6-2, and I forget his name, Anthony from Kaiki. Really good. He was positionally beating me. And then we went to play footsie, and I felt comfortable there. I'm like, oh, okay, I think I can make something happen here. You know, like I didn't feel he was threatening me there, and I've trained with Javier.
It's true.
You know, so I'm like, oh man, this is my shot because positionally he's outclassing me, and he ended up going for a toe hold. I got out of that. I was gonna go for a corkscrew, and he threw his leg over and turned to the inside, and boom, ref called him for reaping. So I won that match due to disqualification.
Right.
So that put me into the finals, and then I won my finals match 2-0. I had 2 and an advantage to his 0.
Nice. What would the 2 come from? Takedown, sweep?
Pulled and swept.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said so.
Right.
That was the second sweep.
Yeah.
Same as the first.
And it was a scrap, man. That
It was
a
close grab. But you
close
looked
fucking
and you didn't
match.
look gassed at all.
No, I felt good.
You looked good.
Yeah, I was just staying calm. Normally, like,
He looked gassed.
right.
He did. He
Yeah.
looked like he couldn't go.
One thing that I've been
doing.
doing is actively concentrating on my breathing.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I am going as long as I possibly can in training or in matches or during rolls, breathing only out of my nose.
Sure, yeah.
I never really did that before. Yeah. I got that from reading this book called The Oxygen Advantage. And it's like really promotes nasal breathing and all that. And so it started because I read that book. It was like tattooed in my head every time I stepped on the mat. I'm like nasal breathing. And it's helped my cardio a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. So you win, you get the gold. You've got the double W because you didn't get hurt. And
Yeah.
you're immediately like, I should jump into the open, push my luck as much as possible, right?
Yeah, right. Someone's like, you doing the open? I'm like, I'm walking out of here.
Right.
Like, goodbye.
Yeah.
I've already spent too much time here.
Right.
Any more time at the tournament?
Yeah.
No, just not a good plan.
I destroyed an acai bowl because I was starving, and I bullshitted with like Benjamin Salas and a couple of people, and then I bounced.
Right.
So
That's good.
Solid plan.
yeah. So I was happy with the result.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. But
sure.
Zito, I disagree with you when you said you're not having much luck at purple. That loss you had at the Open was the best I've ever seen you grapple. I was like, holy fucking shit. I'm waiting for my finals match. I'm on the other side, like almost directly across mats from Zito, and I'm watching his match, and he's like passing guard, like
I scored points, dude.
I'm like,
Oh my God! Finally,
Finally, yeah, I did.
Yes.
I
his
had
first points
Show
in the
announcement.
IBJJF.
Yeah, right.
Zito has put points on the board.
Points on the board.
yeah.
Yeah, pass, neon side control, neon belly mount.
Dude,
Fuck,
I was
dude. I
like,
was
you
doing-
looked like Andre out there. I was
Did
like,
I?
what the fuck
Thanks,
is
good.
going on, dude?
So,
like,
so he was winning until you lost, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I positionally, I knew where I was, and I knew the danger. I didn't, do the right thing. I watched the match over, and I lifted my leg up, and he's very long leg guy, Clay Huron is his last name, owns a gym in Missouri. Shout out to him. And man, that dude just threw up that triangle, and he
pulled you into it.
pulled me right into it. Yeah, it was nice.
People that can do triangles,
Yeah.
I just hate them so
Right,
much.
right, Huff. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was
dude,
good.
you
fun.
looked good. Like, it came as a surprise to me because I'm like, I've never seen that part of Zito's game before.
Right. No,
You know,
you haven't.
like I've seen you do like stuff like that in the gym, but like, comp, you always like revert back to like
Right.
what you're good at, what you typically do. I was like, God
Well, this guy
damn.
pulled quick on me.
Oh, okay.
And then I thought of sitting, like, because he gave me his foot. And I thought, I'm like, I'm just going to take his foot. And I hear
Manenco yelling, "Don't
sit
even
up.
think about sitting."
He goes, sit up. He's going to score on you. Sit up. Get up. Get up. I'm like, all right, fuck that. I'm not going for the foot. I'm not going to sit back and then have Manenco, say, why are you sitting back? No,
Yeah.
fuck that. And then give the guy 2 points because he
Right.
would have got the 2 points if
Yeah.
he was sat up. So I kept pressuring forward. And then, and that's why I did that, because I didn't want to disappoint Andre.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to start doing what I know how to do and, what I've been training.
Right.
So it's just that. And he showed me, when we got back to class Monday, he went over that technique, that position that I got caught in, and everyone drilled it on how to, not get caught in that triangle, not to pass that leg instead of like, getting caught like I did.
Yeah.
But positionally, I was there. I just lifted up. I did not secure
I
that
like how he
leg.
does that.
Yeah,
And,
he
like
does.
almost every time we come back from a tournament or whatever tournament may be, the Open, grappling games, whatever.
Work
He's
on
like,
flaws.
we're fixing problems.
Yeah.
You were stuck in 50-50 for 3 minutes or
Right.
5 minutes, and boom, and we're doing that all week.
No, that's the way it has to be.
For sure.
Like there's that old jujitsu saying, you win or you learn. Well, how are you going to learn? Like,
Right.
are you just going to go review the footage and hope that you figure it out? No,
No.
that's what you got coaches for.
Yeah.
It's a big part of it. Yeah. Always doing tape analysis on my own, but always getting with the coaches afterwards and making sure that, hey, what did you see?
Right.
What
Right.
should I have done differently?
Yeah.
And then your fight to win match.
Again, winning kind of until you lost.
I thought you looked great out there.
I did too.
Paul's been a purple belt for a while now, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Easily over a year, right?
Yeah.
Well, he won Master World at purple,
Master
didn't he?
won.
Was it
No, he won.
Blue, I
I
think
think
it was at blue.
Master Worlds at blue belt.
Okay.
And no
In Nogi.
Yeah.
The guy's solid.
He's solid,
super
man.
solid.
He's fucking solid guy.
You guys were a really, really good matchup.
And
Yeah,
he's
I
been on he's been on that stage a few times before. So I didn't know if you were going to be a little tentative, but you weren't. You were right in there, and I thought you looked great up until you got caught. Dude, I was like yelling at my computer when you swept him.
Yeah.
I was like yelling like Manenco. I was like, "Ahí, Zito, put the ball!" Laura was like, "What the fuck is going on up there?"
Yeah, that's sweep, man. I was setting that sweep up, and I was setting up that arm bar because from that overhook I like to do, and he got wind of the arm bar pretty quickly when I threw it up, And then I'm like, all right. And I hear Vivez, like, because Mark Vivez cornered me.
You, yeah.
And I hear him, he's like, okay, go for that sweep. Go for it. I'm like, all right, Mark, I'm going to go for that sweep. Because Mark doesn't yell it, but I hear him talking.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. All right. So I just wait for his weight just to come up a little bit further so I can kick him over. And man, it worked out really
great,
well.
Yeah. And
but I conceded the position to go to 50-50. I 100% conceded that position. And I
well, you're
probably
comfortable
should.
there.
I am comfortable.
You know?
I'm definitely comfortable there in no gi.
Yeah.
In the gi, it's a different game. 100% different game.
Right. No, the gi changes things, but
does.
so and this is funny because you know how I am at Fight to Win. I'm always gonna bounce around and be by the various many
Switzerland.
groups that total Switzerland.
Yeah.
So I was looking for the Soul Fighters guys, and while I'm wandering around, Benjamin Salas basically like grabs me. He's like, "Oh, Zito's up now." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just sit with it." And we're like chatting through your match, and both of us very complimentary to how it was going.
Yeah.
And the legs happen, and he was super. He was like, "Oh, Zito's gonna finish him here," and I'm like, "He better."
Yeah, oh, shit. And you saw the
Yeah. You went for it. It was a good. I mean, we'll talk to Paul afterwards and find out how tight that really was.
Yeah,
but so I'm sitting there and I'm chatting back and forth with Benjamin, and I go, "God damn it, this isn't the IBJJF."
Mm-hmm.
And I really, really wanted to yell that. And like I said, I talked to Paul afterwards, and he goes, "Yeah, no, I was in a leg battle with Zito, and he's cranking on my ankle and whatnot, and I went to go ankle lock him, and then I realized this isn't the IBJJF."
Yeah.
So I toe holded him.
Yep.
And I go, "Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell Zito to do."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I had to think. So when I went for the corkscrew on him, I was looking at his leg. I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to go straight ankle lock. Oh fuck, corkscrew.
You had it too high.
I did have it too high up in my chest. I had to bring it
As you were
down.
going for it, I'm like, "Oh, corkscrew!" And like Carlos Archila said the same thing, like
did
the
he?
exact same time I said. He's like, "Oh, here comes a corkscrew," and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like,
and he repositioned to sit up, which would allow pressure off.
Right.
And that's when I was like, okay, so I didn't get the corkscrew. I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and waste my time. So I went to get the fuck out.
yeah.
Right.
So that's when I turned up and I watched the match over and he grabs that toe. I didn't even feel him grab that toe. I didn't even feel it. And then I'm like, oh shit, I can't get the fuck out. And then I started rolling with it and pop. That's it.
So this is your first major comp injury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides all the other ones that are to my heart.
Right. Well, those two shall heal with time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They all should heal with time. No, it was fine, man. Paul Doe's legit, man. I'd rather fight someone who's legit than not challenge myself.
Right.
No.
And
So
you
I
got
had a
out
good
there. I
time.
mean, that's hard to do.
And just like all the rest of us, he too felt that your guard is annoying as shit.
Yeah.
He's like, "God damn those little legs. Is this what I do to other people?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do it too."
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's hard to pass.
Hard to
Real
pass.
easy to make those.
But you came out to the Beatles, which was
Thanks.
fucking awesome.
Was it?
Yeah, dude. I love I grew up on the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
US 99 with Dick Biondi.
Of course. Yeah.
There's like 4 people listening that got that reference. 2 of them are in this room.
Yeah,
dude. I
the
love
Beatles.
the Beatles. Yeah. Come together. Very Grappler Union-esque of
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
Everybody come together, man.
Yeah, that's me. No, I enjoy the Beatles.
Yeah.
I just
It's so boss to come out to the Beatles. It's like everybody relax with the fucking gangster rap.
Yeah,
You know?
right. except I think the best come out was Little Mariah. What the fuck? I did not see that one coming at all. She came out the 2 Live Crew, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I was BSing in the back, and I didn't actually realize who had come out.
Okay. that was a hell of a match.
Those girls were on fire.
Oh my God. The best of that match before the match.
It looked
The
like-
weigh-ins. Oh my God.
Really?
Oh my
I was-
God. Dude, the
Tell me.
weigh-ins of those 2 little girls was like off the chain. I'm like, that little girl from Texas, Apollonia?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pulled it up.
Cute. I was talking to her father upstairs before they were going on. Wow, that girl is just focused. She at the weigh-in, she got like like I was like, oh, I'm a little scared for myself right now. Like this
Yeah.
girl is serious. Like she
Right.
was not smiling.
Came to wreck shop?
She was like, she was serious. And I'm like, holy fuck, man, this girl's not joking around. But I didn't realize she was coming from Texas.
Right.
So she's definitely not. She's
Yeah,
coming.
she's
coming to,
she's from around San Antonio. She's trained with there's a 10th Planet San Antonio now.
Austin. She's gone.
She's gone to
the father
Austin.
told me today.
But I think she's from San Antonio or near there, but not close enough to like regularly visit.
Right,
Maybe
right.
it was Austin. Somebody told me San An.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, great match. All those matches were fantastic. You know, I mean, Bivas' match, Resnick's match,
Yeah.
Leighton's
All
match.
the matches were great, dude.
Jeez.
Unbelievable. My favorite was maybe Joey Deal and PJ. That was just a hell of a scrap.
So-
and then Joey pulls out the submission in the end. I was like, God damn.
it is with great shame that I have to admit this. So I work nights now. I went from like normal 9 to 5-ish hours to, and now I work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And unfortunately, that means Friday night fight to wins. I'm gonna have to habitually leave mid card.
Unless they're on Saturdays.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Friday night, you know,
Right.
if we get a Saturday, that's totally cool. But yeah, so I literally walked out as Joey and PJ were going up.
Yeah.
So I missed, like, you know, both awesome guys.
Yeah.
Love watching them grapple. Can't wait to get them on the show. Shout out if they're listening. But yeah, I missed that whole match. Heard about it all afterwards.
Yeah. Really good match. I don't know if we're going to get a Saturday fight to win. That's what my theory on living in Chicago is. We always get fucked over with like concerts and stuff like that. It's like,
Right.
It's like, sweet, Foo Fighters are coming to Wrigley Field. Yeah, it's on a Tuesday.
Right.
It's like, yeah, because it's Chicago. They're going to sell out. They save Saturday night for Cleveland or, you know.
Well, didn't Fight to Win do Chicago Friday night? And what is it? Colorado was
Well,
like
there was
Saturday?
there was another tournament.
Yeah.
There wasn't a fight to win, but it was another tournament on Saturday. I don't think it was a fight to win. Was there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No. It was just another
think they
tournament
have
that
two
they
setups.
had to go to. But normally, I mean, it was tough to fight to win on a Friday at 5:30 starting is a tough time.
Yeah, no, a lot of people end up missing the first couple of matches
For
because
sure,
they're
yeah.
coming in from work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I only saw like 1 or 2 of the black belt matches. Though the majority of the matches leading up to that were just fucking great.
Yeah.
Matt Garrity's match was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Obviously I got Garrity's side of the story, but that was that ended up getting fight of the night. They do multiple fight of the nights, of course, but that
Purple,
ended
brown,
up,
and black, right?
Yeah, and I think they have a separate division for the kids too. So there's a fight of the night for the kids.
Okay,
and
so there's
teens.
4?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's 4. Pretty sure. So yeah, Garrity got that one.
He got the purple belt fight of the night. Okay.
Because
nice.
I mean he was aggressively attacking.
Right.
He had that guy in a lot of danger and everything, and that guy did not give him a much to play with at all.
Right.
Like it was just like, no, I'm going to sit in your guard.
Yeah, he did great. Yeah.
Yeah. So and Garrity was a last minute replacement actually. From
Chile.
So yeah, so one of our boys, Chile, got injured. I'm gonna fuck this up, but like basically cracked his orbital.
Jesus.
Took a knee in training and just.
Hey.
So yeah, he had to pull out, and he was super excited, to finally get on one of these, and this was like a horrible emotional experience for me. So like, while I'm not happy that things went the way they did at all, it was a little easier on me emotionally, because Yusuf Al Ghul from LCCT Schaumburg and Matt Paul from 10th Planet Chicago, both my regular training partners, were in a match together. Matt, unfortunately, suffered a bad ankle injury, had to pull out. Yusuf got a replacement opponent, and that match was also fucking amazing. Yusuf got submission of the night with it went from being a no-gi match against Matt Paul to being a gi match, and he ended up finishing it with a beautiful bow and arrow choke, just like right off the back take over. So yeah, like really, really happy with that performance. Donnie got fight of the night in his match.
Good. Hey, what in the fuck happened with? There was like Zito. I don't know if you saw this. You probably didn't. there was like a strip tease.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, did you?
It's
We all
ridiculous.
saw it. It went on for quite a while.
Ridiculous.
I was like, what is going on here?
I don't know what that was.
I know the premise behind it. I
What
don't.
is the premise? 'Cause I don't even know what the premise.
I missed that.
Okay, so
There's something with Danya.
Danya didn't get a bachelorette party apparently,
Oh, okay.
and she was doing commentary.
Right.
So Gordon Mendoza.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he a stripper?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He
could be,
I'll
for
have to
sure.
ask him.
100%.
But he definitely looked comfortable doing that.
Right.
So he came out and did a striptease. Brought the chair on stage. Nearly killed her by accident when the chair tipped over. Mark Vives with the lightning reflexes saved them both.
Grabbed the leg.
Yeah,
like,
he
reached
did.
out and
Yeah,
grabbed
he-
the leg.
yeah,
It was like teetering over.
Yeah, he was thankfully right there because he was going to be coaching.
That was hilarious, dude.
That was an awesome save there. But so for me personally, here's the best two parts of that. One, I'm in back this whole time, and I'm watching Seth just constantly put his head in his hands, like, "What have I done?"
Right.
I did so many things were going through my mind. A, I was like, what is this? B, I'm like, that guy's pretty good at this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow. And the longer it went on, I was like, dude, that guy's confidence, like, I will never have even a drop of that amount of fucking confidence. Like, he was going on for a while.
If he doesn't do that for a living, he may want to consider doing that for a living.
Right,
sure.
right. It was like a straight up Magic Mike, like, fucking
Well,
skit.
he even came out. Magic Mike. It's
Okay. Yeah.
I've never seen it. Javi, tell me.
No. Like that's what they announced. I haven't seen it either, man. But that's what they announced him as. I thought it was a Magic Mike reference. His fight name was Mike or Magic, right? You heard that? Or
Can you be a little bit more professional and pull the mic
and
up?
pull the
here?
mic up?
Thank you.
I will adjust it.
Kind of pathetic when a guest has to tell you to do it.
It's embarrassing. Can we edit that part out?
Sure.
No. And then the second thing was, we had two new female students coming from LCCT, one from Schaumburg and one from Barrington, and neither of them have ever in their life seen a jiu-jitsu tournament. So beforehand, I had warned them. I'm like, listen, fight to win's different. Most tournaments you don't have to pay for, or
It's
if
really
you do
professional.
it's like, if you do it's like $5, $10, something like that, just like to get in the door and whatnot. But you're sitting in bleachers if there's any chairs at all, and it's all just like wrestling mats on the ground. And it's an all day thing, like. This is different. There's gonna be loud music. There's gonna be, guys are up on an elevated platform. They're coming in like a pro wrestling or MMA walk-in or whatnot. And like they're. I told them like there's smoke machines and a light show, and they're looking at me like, okay, but why are there smoke machines and a light show? I'm like, just prepare yourself. It's gonna be an awesome experience, but then you're gonna go to like a Naga and you're gonna be like, what the fuck's going on here? This isn't. Yeah. And so I was not prepared for just how different from a normal grappling event it was going to be. And I had to go up to him. I'm like, listen, no, there's usually not a strip show.
Yeah.
If there is, you've wandered into the wrong locker room.
Right.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. And it got funnier the longer it went on. Because, like, it went on for like 5 or 6
was
minutes.
long.
And, like,
I was
as
like-
it kept
It
going
felt
on, I'm
longer
like,
than that.
this is getting even funnier because it's like, I don't know, man. I just appreciate that guy's confidence. I was like, he's really out there doing work.
Yeah.
And then at
We're
certain
going to
point,
get him on the podcast just to ask, like, sir, what do you do in your profession?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to bring him in for a companion.
For sure.
Anyone who does that's a funny guy. Yeah. And then I was like, God, there's like kids there and shit. Like, I'm
know.
wondering what the parents were thinking. And I was like, God damn, this is weird. Whatever. There's more adults there than kids.
Also, to be fair, like there have been fighters, we don't need to name names, but Shoney Carter, I'm talking about you, that have had significantly less clothing on during their fight to win match.
That's true.
So,
And it's not like they edit the language of the songs that people come out to either.
Right. Yeah.
It's like if you bring your kid to fight to win, that's on you.
Yeah, I feel that's a safe way to look at it. But I don't think there were very many complaints about it from the percentage of the audience that was wanting to throw money.
Right. And I also would have liked to have been there, but I got rear-ended the night before coming home from jiu-jitsu.
Is this why I didn't see your car out there when I pulled up?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, yay. I still managed to beat Paul.
Oh, yeah.
No, wrong.
And this like 90-day run that we're going on, that's just going to be insane, is starting tomorrow. I'm like, when am I going to have a chance to drop my car off at the shop? It's like Friday after work. So I get off work at 4:30. I'm like, I have to bring my car to the shop. Got there at 5, dropped the car off, got the rental. I'm like, if I leave the city now to go out to Oak Lawn, I'll miss Zito's match. I'll miss Garrity's. I'll be there. I'll be stuck in traffic for an hour and a half.
Right.
Boom. I shot straight home, turned on the computer, saw the whole card.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love being in them live, but they do a pretty good job. So long as the stream holds up,
Right.
they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just again, there's no like there's no replays. That's an odd thing, I think. Like replay of like when the match is over,
right?
Like sometimes people don't know what the other person tapped with.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what was that? Was that this? Was it that?
Let's take another look at Paul Dew breaking Zito's foot.
Yes.
Let's see it from a different angle.
Right.
Oh, that's nasty.
You're right. We'll have to work to encourage that.
Yeah.
But I thought they did have replays at some point, and then now there's not. I'd like to really know the technical thing of that. Is it because they just can't do it? It's just a live stream.
I think it's expensive. You got to have like the truck, right? And then
Is that
somebody
what-
working that. And
I mean, I don't think you feel there's gonna need a truck to do it.
no, but they call it the truck.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, Paul. Thanks.
Why don't you set them up, Mr. Tech Geek?
I don't know anything about video or anything.
Right,
I know
right,
about
well, don't
computers,
judge.
but I'm just saying I see other places.
I'm sure it's going to get there.
It would be
some point.
nice.
Yeah.
You know, instead of showing the large logos of the gameness and whatever all those
Right.
logos are, just
I
show replay with the logo at the bottom,
Yeah.
or have the logo on the screen the whole time. I don't care. Just show me at the end there what
you want to see the finish.
or just highlights of the
highlight-
match would be
right.
nice.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I mean, like, that's obviously like, especially once we're talking like highlights. Oh, like that was a good sweep. Go, save that one, and we're gonna put it on the highlight.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be a lot more involved
Right.
than let's catch the finish at the end and just rewind that.
True.
That little
Yeah.
segment.
I don't know what's involved in that. Maybe someone else can chime in on that.
100%. They've thought about it. They've looked into it. They're probably moving in that direction,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have multiple camera angles.
Yeah.
Right. So someone's bouncing between cameras.
Well,
during
yeah,
the match.
but that's literally just
a switch.
Okay,
but someone's watching a monitor.
Right. So Seth is typically in back working the soundboard and everything,
Uh-huh.
and being the announcer and whatnot. And then you've got the I think it's always opposite corner is where the cams are positioned.
Okay.
And then they're just going to go to whichever the best shot is to see the action. And I can't imagine that's much more complicated than camera 1, camera 2.
Yeah, I would assume that's just a matter of
Yeah,
a button,
so-
just
Right.
flipping back. So, but you're watching the match,
Right, but-
you'd have to have multiple monitors there, knowing that the camera two would have a better
I
angle.
assume I assume it's Seth. I guess I haven't really gotten in close to see what
Yeah,
the setup
me
looks
either.
like.
I should have.
But
I don't know why I didn't.
I assume it's Seth is sitting back there with camera 1 and camera 2, and is going to basically flip a switch between which one he thinks is the better view.
Right.
But that's a world of difference between going, all right, get that 6-minute clip, break it down,
Right.
take these 5 seconds and those 2 seconds, and then I need slow-mo on the finish,
Right.
and I need to splice that together and put it live now.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
But doesn't Flow do that for the IBJJF Worlds? Don't they do replays? I thought they did.
Maybe they do on black belt matches. They sure as hell
Well,
did
no,
not mine.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Black
Right.
belt final matches. When that camera's like zooming in and out,
Right.
above shots, and I believe they do replays.
I can't
Because didn't they do
recall.
replay when Caio Terra and Bruno Malfacini?
Yes, I think so.
Remember they
Right,
showed
right.
that replay multiple times.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
It is
it's definitely
possible,
possible.
but I think
I don't know if that's Flow or if that's IBJJF. I don't know whose job that.
that would be Flow, I think.
Well, we can find out when I'm in
Yeah.
Vegas.
Well, did you guys
stop by and ask one of the cameramen?
Yeah.
It's like, who employs you, sir?
Yes. Tell me how this works. You guys catch Kasai last night?
I did not.
So this weekend has been my every weekend, every day of my life is a ridiculous amount of grappling at this point. But this weekend, fight to win Friday night, just straight to it. Fortunately, we had multiple guys on the card at the school that I teach at, so it was like, okay, well, we're going to shut down the school anyhow because everyone should be there to support.
Right.
So So yeah, we all showed up there, canceled my class and whatnot. Went there, stayed as long as I could. Went to worked till 6 a.m. Get home, get like an hour and a half sleep. Neil Melanson seminar in Mundelein. Pick him up at the hotel, drive him there. Awesome seminar, amazing guy. Like I've been aware of him. I have his book, I have his videos. Just really interesting, very different perspective on how to grapple. Like coming from that highest stand, catch wrestling, hybrid sort of background. Very in demand MMA coach, and now I can say, having trained with him, like I get it. Like I totally understand why everyone that works with him loves him.
Right.
And, like just great details, very giving of his knowledge, giving of his time, really firm understanding of how to explain like the concepts, the hows and the whys. You know, it was awesome. And it was also only supposed to be 3 hours, and we just kept going and going and going.
Right.
So we were actually, when Kasai started, we were actually still just barely getting out of the gym to go get food and whatnot. So we were watching the former guest of the show, John Calistein's match with Gianni at Portillo's, you know, as a group of guys after the seminar.
Right.
And so I saw a lot of Kasai, but not all of it because of the travel time involved in between and us parting ways before it was over and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I saw John's match. It was awesome. He did. Yeah, I know he's upset that he didn't get the finish. Obviously, he really wanted to finish Gianni, but that was just a great back and forth between them. I know on that first heel hook attempt that he got in on, like that was really close to finishing. I think John popped his ankle on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
then he deserved the victory because that was the closest thing to a submission all
he,
night. You know,
he had multiple submission attempts.
Yeah.
Gianni, you know, to his credit, got out of you know, every position, was able to squirm his way out.
Super active on top.
Yeah, very active.
How does Kasai rate those? I mean, how do they judge?
So they had an 8-man, I think, welterweight.
Right, that was the tournament portion.
And that was the tournament portion with points. And then they sprinkled in submission only no-gi super fights.
Right, which go judge's decision.
So what are they like? Fight to win. Obviously, it's on aggressive submission attempts.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same thing.
So then why did John? I didn't see the
understanding-
match, but
Sorry?
did Gianni fight back, or was he just
No,
getting out of submission?
Gianni was very, very active.
Was he attacking?
Trying to pass a lot, trying to Berimbolo and take the back a lot.
Okay.
It was
But
close,
attacking.
but yeah. Oh, super active match.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. This was a great back and forth.
Right.
Okay. If we're looking like how I would score it, okay, Johnny was definitely aggressive with his passing attempts and his attempts at back takes. Okay, and if nothing else in that match happened at all, I would have given him the nod 100%. But John was absolutely the more aggressive in terms of getting in on the attacks. He had like I think it was six good leg lock entrances.
So why did they not give it to him?
They did.
No, they did. They did.
John won.
Calistine won.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Johnny won.
No.
I was like,
No.
Oh, okay. Calistine won.
John,
All right.
Gianni.
Yeah.
Maybe I slurred it a little bit. But yeah.
Okay.
John won, and it was on the aggressiveness.
Gianni
and
Grippo. He's a friend of ours.
And in the end, like Johnny was on bottom, and John like just aggressively went for it with like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And again,
All right,
couldn't
so
quite seal
Calistine
the
won.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay,
Calistine
good.
won.
Yeah, because you made it sound like the other guy won. I was like confused.
No. Sorry.
Okay.
If I set that up wrong, but
you're
yeah.
right.
So, but that was a great match. That was absolutely awesome.
But
match.
the Pajares match.
was a not great match.
Oh God, it was brutal. I mean, Juisamar Paul-Harris. I think
Juisamar.
they're calling him
Did
now.
he still look giant?
Dude, he looks huge. Yeah.
So how
It was a nothing match.
he weighed in? I think it was over 20 pounds over the limit, right?
Yeah, it was. I think the match was supposed to be at like 200,
Okay.
and he weighed in at I don't know, over 220 something. It was nuts.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I didn't know there was supposed to be a weight limit. That dude is so weird, man. Like, I don't know. That dude's easily the scariest dude in grappling because I don't think he's all there.
Right.
Like, I think there might be some sort of mental handicap, you know? But he did nothing. He sat on his knees and just framed and kept pushing Craig Jones away every time Craig tried to come in on a leg entry.
Yeah.
And that was the whole match.
And how long was that match?
15 minutes.
15 minutes
Of that.
So-
So it was just like, wow, this is
Never
awful.
engaged.
Never engaged.
Wow.
And then, so Craig was trying to engage, you know what I mean? And even Kenny Florian, the commentator, was like, it takes two to tango here. Craig's trying, like that's about as much as he can
Did he
do.
try to pass then? Did Craig try to sit up and pass at all?
I mean, he would have had to have stood up, and then Husamar would have had to. But then you're giving him his strength position.
So he didn't stand up. He
No.
didn't try to pass.
Did Craig try and pass?
Right.
No.
No. So they both just sat on their butts, and that was about it.
Jusamar was on his knees.
Yeah.
And Craig Jones was on his butt.
Okay. That was it.
Yeah. That was the whole match.
Wow.
And then, obviously, it went to referee's decision. All three judges scored it for Craig Jones. And Husamar, throws a fit.
Come on.
Couldn't believe he lost.
Really?
Was going around asking all the ref, how come? Shaking his head. Went over to Hulse Gracie. What is it? It was.
Really?
I was like, wow, he's not all there. No. Poor fella. They should not let him compete.
Yeah. But he's a big name, Everyone's.
I guess I think that was more of a freak show match.
I mean,
battle of the whose leg is going to get snapped.
Yeah, that
match. And even Craig Jones, he got on the mic for his post fight interview, and they're like, Craig, what do you think of that? He's like, that was garbage. He's like, he fought like Brendan Schaub, And
He said that.
Yeah, and then the crowd's like, oh.
So, in your estimation, who do you think was the worst match? Brendan Schaub versus Cyborg?
I don't know.
Usman versus Craig.
I haven't seen that Schaub match in, I don't know.
You can only
4
watch
years.
that Schaub match in fast forward. You cannot watch that.
It's
in
terrible.
real time.
Yeah.
No, dude, you would literally want to shoot yourself.
They're
it's
both
horrible.
just brutal.
It's brutal. But I mean, Schaub is running.
Right.
Literally running
Right.
around the ring. So
Yeah.
that's not
They're like,
jiu-jitsu.
Craig, who do you want to call it next? He's like, I don't feel like it's appropriate to call anybody out
Right.
after that.
Yeah.
And he just walked off.
So I recently saw a post for Gordon Ryan versus the post that we made a long time ago against Jones.
John Jones.
Yeah.
Where, for Submission Underground?
Someone reposted, not our post, someone created their own post.
Oh, really?
John Jones versus Gordon Ryan. And I'm like,
Gordon
hey.
would love that.
I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
we thought of that we were still at the
Forever
old
ago.
studio a long time
Yeah.
ago.
We should definitely repost that out and
Dude, could you
get some
imagine
attention.
if John beat him? That would just turn the entire jiu-jitsu community upside down.
Yeah,
People
right.
would be questioning, should I even train anymore?
Or that's how good John Jones is.
That's
blue
what I
belt.
mean. Yeah.
Well, technically a blue belt, yes.
Technically, he's a blue belt.
Right. He's
That's the way it is. I mean, right?
well, yeah. I mean, God, it'd be terrible if he's just like, I'm a blue belt. I'm going to start competing in normal blue belt divisions.
Well, he could.
He definitely
He'd have
could.
no other choice in the IBJJF.
Right. You have no choice. Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
But I mean, he has done some grappling matches. Obviously,
Naga?
Yeah, was it a Naga?
It was a Naga, I
or
think.
a Fit Expo or whatever.
It was something.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely got some experience there. It seems like he was interested in doing it, but I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get the number he needed.
Who, Gordon couldn't get the number he needed?
No, Jones. I imagine they gotta give him a fair amount of money to get him to show up.
I mean, he's becoming
he's
more and more
gonna bring a
relevant
lot of
every day.
asses into that seats. So
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
You don't think so? You don't think a bunch of guys going to a grappling card where it's like, okay, we got some local headliners and a couple of name talents and John Jones aren't gonna be like, oh fuck yeah.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. I guess. Gordon Ryan, I think, is a bigger draw than John Jones.
In the jiu-jitsu community.
Yeah,
100%.
I think you're gonna get a lot more crossover appeal out of Jones and
Yeah, I
Right.
think just people want to see him lose.
Well, I mean, your typical MMA fan doesn't even like grappling.
Right.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
Yeah. Stand him
Stand
up.
them up. It's jiu-jitsu.
Right away. It's
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. Sorry.
man, I've never actually heard that at a jiu-jitsu event, but God, it's got to have been said, hasn't
What?
it?
Stand him up?
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I hope not. I hope it was a joke, maybe.
Probably said during that Craig Jones Jusamar fight last night.
Probably. Jeez.
Like anything but this. Stand them up. We don't care.
Right.
Right, let him start throwing punches.
Brutal.
Jeez.
Wagner Rocha got a wrist lock from standing
Wrist lock,
last
yeah.
night.
Did he really?
It's funny. We were
From
talking.
interlaced fingers. Like, you know how like they like
Come on, like we used to
they go
play. You used to play like Uncle.
Right. They
Is
go
that what
like
it was
this,
called?
And he just went fucking boom.
Mercy. That was it. Mercy.
Usually the game's called Mercy. It's funny. In
That's right.
Mercy.
Mercy
Remember?
submission.
Yes.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
in pro wrestling, some of the older school announcers, I don't know if they still do it. Aaron Brooks, let me know if they still do it. When they interlace the fingers, guys would call that the Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Oh,
and then, that whole battle, that whole scripted battle. But yeah, like
Mercy.
that's again, like so much other stuff in pro wrestling, that's based at least in part on real techniques.
Wagner going back to the fundamentals, man.
Right.
The fundamentals of childhood. You know, like he went way back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now I have to.
Jiu-jitsu still works, bro.
That's right.
I have to challenge myself,
Mercy
beat somebody in like Indian leg wrestling, or
give him an Indian burn on their hand.
I will tap somebody with an Indian burn. That's my goals for 2019. Let's set it.
We got to do that. Just start tapping white belts that come in the gym with Indian burns.
I can do like noogies and stuff like that. Is that all
Yeah.
gonna come
Oh,
back?
jeez.
Wet willies.
Wet willies.
The wet willy might be going too far, gentlemen. But
don't know.
Brandon McCaffrey does that when he rolls with people.
Oh God.
Josh Hinger does that too.
The wet willy.
Yes.
Man, I finally got a chance to train with Hinger. I was so happy.
how was it?
Oh, it was a great seminar. It was.
We're
it was
over
awesome.
at Viana Brothers.
Yeah, because of my teaching schedule, I wasn't going to be able to make it over to his seminar at Roll Academy, though I really wanted to. And then because I was hemming and hawing and trying to find a replacement, it sold out. So I'm like, oh, well, yet again, I've missed my opportunity to train with Hinger. You know, I've only, missed 6 years of opportunities to
Right,
train with
right.
him. What's another year?
Right. Now that you're the host of Grappler Union podcast, people are just going to start squeezing
Banging
you in.
my door down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, no, we got room for you, Javi. Come on in.
I'm going to abuse this privilege to the fullest. I hope you know. But yeah. So I saw the Viana Brothers was having it, and I'm like, this is great. I can actually make that. It's on a Sunday after I'm done with class. I don't even have to change anything. So yeah, just taught class at Deerfield. Ran straight to Viana Brothers. Made it in time,
Nice.
and it was a really really great seminar. He's a very, very, very good jiu-jitsu practitioner, unsurprisingly so. And also, I was super happy because I finally got a chance to roll with Evan Manweiler, too.
Oh, nice. How was
and
it?
he's also awesome.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, he is awesome.
I've never rolled with him yet.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, but like we had just a fantastic roll, had a blast. Have to do that again.
Yeah.
And I tried to get a roll in with Aaron, and he was just like, "No, I
He
don't."
avoided you.
I don't feel like triangle choking you today, sir. No, he was gearing up for comp and was kind
He
of
was
low
afraid
energy.
that you would.
No,
fuck
not
him
at
up.
all, not at all.
I mean, it sounds like Aaron was afraid.
It sounds like Aaron Brooks was afraid to roll with you.
That's what it sounds. That's what I hear.
Like when you described it.
That's what I
and
hear.
the facial expression you gave.
Yes.
That the people
That I
at
was
home
like,
can't see.
that I was like, he was ducking me, bro.
Yeah,
I
he
think
ducked
so.
you, bro.
In his own gym.
Yeah.
I think so.
in front of his friends and
He doesn't want to get tapped in front of his teammates.
No. I see a fight to win coming up. Javi versus Aaron Brooks.
this is
Aaron
what I'm
Brooks.
most looking to out of the podcast is you no longer having an ability to shit talk the entire Chicago grappling community, you bastard. No, I definitely look forward to getting there again. Super great. Like,
Aaron will
awesome
come out.
gym.
Aaron will come out with gi pants that are cut, and you're going to come out with a kurtka and a speedo
This is a
with
terrible
two different
visual.
color sambo shoes.
That I can do.
There you
That
go.
part I can do.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
I'm not doing the speedo.
No. Catch wrestling speedo, kurtka, and two different color sambo shoes.
Shouldn't,
The match of
shouldn't
the
it be
ages.
shouldn't it be a judo gi with my jiu-jitsu belt with sambo shoes and a wrestling singlet?
Could do that too.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
See, that's why you're taking over, Javi.
Yes.
Because I think of these things.
That's right.
I like to see that match. I'm not gonna lie. Aaron Brooks versus Javi. That'd be a good match. Like to
Are
see
they?
it.
How much do you weigh now, Jav?
Like today?
Yeah.
137 pounds.
137. Aaron's like 145, 150.
Yeah, that could happen
That could happen.
for sure.
Yeah. Why are you ducking our boy, Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron. The fuck.
You're awful. You're all awful.
So, Javi, are you ready for this? What all comes with the podcast here, I mean, you are already a very busy guy. Like I see you and you're like, I'm over here, I'm training here, I'm at this seminar, but it's like, you might have to cut down on some of that shit. Like for the folks listening at home, and like Paul, how do you not find the time to do a podcast? You only go, you talk for an hour and a half. It's like, no, it's like a 5-hour ordeal.
Right.
Well, it's not that. It's just like not even from just the day of the podcast, right? So we meet the guest here, and then we talk, and then we do the podcast, and then afterwards,
Trying to get 3 people to agree on a place
coordinate
and
the time and place.
Exactly.
is not
That's
fucking easy
during
to do.
the leading to the podcast is that's a job
Right.
in amongst itself.
You're talking commute, drive there and back. You get here. Let's say there's a podcast scheduled for 7:00. Sometimes you got to account for the guest being 10 minutes late due to traffic because they don't know that it's their first time here.
Right.
Then we like to sit down and talk to them for about 15 minutes before we fire up the mics, just to get them comfortable and stuff like that. And so now it starts at 7:30. We go an hour and a half, 2 hours, ends at 9. Then the mic shuts off, and that's when all the good stories come out.
That's right.
I really wanted to say this about that person, but blah blah blah. And so we end up sitting around getting all the.
I swear,
spilling the
we
beans
should
and-
100% mic the whole fucking office, and just everything just be, man. It would be.
You for sure want to edit
fucking
that out
crazy.
if you're actually going to do it, because then everyone's going to clam up
Right.
completely. They're like, okay, we're in the building, shut up.
Yeah, right.
So we get all the dirt like for a half an hour after.
and the great,
podcast.
and then stories that people are like, oh, I didn't know I should say that. Well, fuck yeah, you should say that.
Then we take the photo, they sign the mat, we change into the gis, we go next door, we do the guest technique, we film it. Then I'm like, can I try that? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, you could also hit it from here. And try doing it from over here. And then next thing you know, 45 minutes goes by and we just had a private lesson with a black belt. And it's like 11 o'clock.
That's really what you're going to miss most about this, isn't it?
It is, actually. Like literally, we've had a bunch of free privates essentially. And and then drive home after that. I mean, it really is like 5 hours, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, I mean,
but
fortunately, not my first time in terms of I've been the guest, so I've seen the kind of
the
time investment
nice
it
thing
takes.
about you is I think both of you are like this. Actually, you're that 1% of people that only require like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, which is actually a real thing. There's like a really, really small percentage of the population. I don't know if you did listen to that podcast with what's his name, something Walker, Joe Rogan, I mean, I'm not that guy. I need
that
at
sleep.
least 6 or 7, at least, So you buy some time there, Javi.
Yeah, no, I mean, and this is just a part of what I do,
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah. Fortunately, my family is very accepting of that and has known how to work around my maddening schedule pretty well for a number of years.
And your wife's a
now.
fan of the show, so I don't
Yeah,
think
that helps
she
too.
listens.
Yeah.
And,
And,
So that-
as I was saying before, when we talk about it, it's honestly the most adorable thing when she like shares out the podcast, and like people that have no idea what it is that I do are like, okay, I'll listen to this. And it's like, this is some office worker that doesn't even know what jujitsu is,
Right.
that like works in one in her field. She's in HVAC, so yeah.
Which is totally odd to me because this show is essentially unlistenable if you don't train jujitsu. You know what I mean? And like, what are they talking about?
Well, she probably does fast forward here and there when she's like, okay, I don't know, technique talk. This is boring.
Right, right.
Get to the exciting stuff.
Yeah.
She's probably the one who's like when David Porter and I were talking comics and whatnot. She's like, this is the best part of the show.
Yeah. It is great. I love sitting back and listening to you guys totally geek out on shit.
Totally.
It's funny. It's hilarious.
I was sitting here in the same room and I thought they were speaking another language. I tuned out. I'm like, I don't know what
really
you guys
is.
are saying. I don't even know what they were talking about.
Oh, for
This-
sure. Like when
I'm like, I
Riley
have
and
no
them
idea.
came in here
Oh, yeah.
and like magic talk, and I was like,
totally.
oh, wow, you guys are like Martians or something.
But see, I would have the same reaction if like you brought somebody in who's like a huge football fan, or
Well, yeah, 100%,
some
you know.
other non-combat sport that I don't follow.
Right.
So yeah, it's just you get your vernacular.
It's just more surprising to see, I suppose.
What, a bunch of us geeking out over?
Well, I mean, at your age.
Oh, no,
I mean,
Like
I
playing
can see like somebody
Pokemon.
like, yeah, I know. I used to play Mighty Might and Pop Warner when I was a kid, so I've loved football ever since. But it's like you guys are like still nerding out about comics and shit. You're like, you're 50. You're watching dudes in Speedos.
I will be nerding out over the same stuff when I'm in my 80s.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
right.
it's just the stuff you love.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It is what it is. So
Does Superman die in this one? I don't know. I'm going to have to watch it to find out. Spoiler alert, he doesn't die.
yeah.
except when he does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he?
Paul doesn't even know he's making jokes. The death of Superman is one of the most iconic moments in comics.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Shit. He does die,
Superman
Yeah.
dies?
Superman died.
Damn.
Yeah.
but he's still alive right now. isn't
He's
he?
back. That's the thing about
he's
comics. You die, you don't necessarily stay dead.
Okay.
you come
okay.
back.
It's
You
good.
come back,
It's good
Paul.
that he's back.
But he's not a zombie.
He is not a zombie, no.
No, because that'd be cool.
Man, we're going to get off in the deep end real quick
I don't
here.
want to go deep, but
I'm going to pull it back
I was
here.
gonna say.
I don't want to go out like this on my last episode.
no, don't go out like that.
Although I do regret not requesting pizza to be here
Oh,
for
yeah.
my last episode because, like, for the folks at home, listening to hot pizza talk with Anthony Zito is one thing, but when there's the aroma of a fresh pie in the room, it's a totally different experience. and that much I'm going to miss. And will you guys at least bring me back for companions when
For
I'm
sure.
available? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Sure.
No, I mean, you know, absolutely at no point in time do we want you to be a stranger of the show.
Uh-huh.
You know, occasionally, you know, when you have free time, you know, and I don't, if that were to ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine it, but if it were, you know, we might need to be
Well,
like,
I
Paul, can you sub in for one?
Yeah, I have like all of January off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Well, there you go.
plan your vacation during January.
During
Javi.
January.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going snowboarding, so I don't know if
Conveniently-
we're going
Yeah, it's
snowboarding.
true.
dude. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah, okay.
you'll
You're
be on
gonna
your
have to
own.
fill in.
You have to fill
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
I might be in Brazil.
Oh shit!
Really?
Not snowboarding, obviously. 'cause
Obviously
that's,
not snowboarding.
That's
What's
Brazilian
going on?
summer.
Talk
It's in
to me.
Brazil.
Dude,
So-
that's on the bucket list, bro. We have
Brazil?
to. Yeah.
I mean, not. You guys are more than welcome to come with when I go if you
Okay.
want to not snowboard.
Talk to me here.
So, Luis and Tiago at LCCT take the students down to Brazil like once, twice a year.
Okay.
We've got like, and they have a lot of friends back home. They run a project in the favelas that, you know, there's multiple gyms that are visited. But this time, just check out Luis's feed. You know, recently, this time they did so much amazing stuff. They got a massive beach house with this gigantic living room that they've promised me the next time we go down. I didn't get to go this time. The next time we go down, that whole space is gonna be matted out, so
nice.
we can train all morning. You know, train all evening if we want to. Go out. You know, go to the gyms because like one of the downsides of, well, any training, but you know, like training in like the heart of Rio is like if your house is over here on the beach and the gym is all the way over there and it's time to get to class, you can be fighting traffic just like you would in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, like having the mats like at the location is going to be
Where's
a
this
nice
at?
bonus.
What part of Brazil?
Rio.
Oh, it's in Rio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't ask me I haven't gone, so I couldn't tell you like what suburb and whatnot.
Right.
But or what region. But yeah,
cool.
so they did hang gliding. They went up in a helicopter. They visited the giant statue of Christ. They went on like this nature walk, and Luis got attacked by a monkey.
Did you choke the monkey out?
No, Luis is like you know, feeding the monkey, and it jumps on him, and he's like, ah! Nobody was expecting that to happen.
Damn.
Yeah.
So with Javi, with you now co-hosting the show, do you think Tiago will come on?
I'm fighting for it. Yeah.
We've been trying to get Tiago on forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
which
Think you
XFO?
can make that happen now?
Yeah.
Which XFO event was that we were all
That was a
at?
long
that we
time
talked-
ago,
yeah,
man.
It,
Shit.
It took me a while to get Luis here. I
Yeah,
promise you.
it did.
I'm still working on it.
It
It's
did.
a constant work.
Yeah. So what are you going to do with the mat? Are you
That mat is getting
just
awfully full up.
tossing that mat because my name's on it now?
No, I'm not gonna 100% not tossing it. No, I don't know. We'll do something with it. Maybe we'll just like auction it off. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Look good in a gym somewhere.
Why don't you just leave it and
And put another one
are
next to
you
it.
concerned about the space running out or that you want Javi's name on there now?
Well, I think I know. I mean, we got a new on-air sign. I know you didn't see that. You see how that? It's
Yeah,
beautiful,
it is beautiful.
It is
cool, huh?
Yeah.
Truly lovely.
Thank you. So I don't know. I mean, the
history
Mets,
of the show. It'd be cool to fill up another mat and be like,
Yeah.
boom, this was 2016, 17, and 18. This
Right.
is
Right.
You know.
And Paul gets the last signature on his mat.
Yeah, we can do that.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I get to sign this thing.
Yes, you do.
That's funny.
Just realized that, did you?
Yeah. It was funny when Zito called me. He's like, "Yeah, dude, do you want to be a guest?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
He's like, "Dude, I don't want to get flooded with emails about like, how come you guys had a falling out? Why did you
Right.
fire Paul?
Right.
This show's gonna suck without him."
Hold on, I want to hear that again. You fired Paul.
Right. I fired him.
Yeah.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. Get out of here. We're not friends anymore.
Friends anymore.
The bromance has ended.
Yeah, it has.
No,
One too many wrist locks. That's it. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, right.
really, you just really don't want people to be asking, "Where's Paul?
Yeah. Where's Paul?
Yeah.
What happened? Well, people start rumors like, "Oh, did you hear Anthony and Paul? They split up.
Yeah.
Right.
It's over."
Yeah.
Who gets the dog?"
Yeah. One of them's planning on leaving Manenco's.
Oh man.
Let's not start
Maneco's in
anything.
Ecuador. Oh,
Yeah,
speaking of,
Wait, he's in Ecuador?
He's in Ecuador.
That's
so,
why Vivez was coaching him.
No, no,
so
I knew
what's
he
so
wasn't-
funny is Seth
I missed he
Daniels,
was in Ecuador.
Seth, we're going. I go to the weigh-in, and Seth's like, "So, are you still with Soul Fighters?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, because it says Vivez is corny." I'm like, "Yeah, Andre's in Ecuador, man." He goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
He thought I was like,
Right.
I text Zito and I go, "Who's coaching you?" You know, for I thought maybe Kyle or Danilo or
I
somebody.
didn't want to bother,
Right.
Because these
Because
fights.
he's competing, right?
So he writes back Mark Vivez, which I'm like, okay, totally smart thing to do. But I was like, you asked the busiest guy in grappling who has like a fight himself plus like 13 students on the You
Yeah.
asked Vivez to corner you? I'm like,
Well, he knew he'd be there.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
It's like, hey, Mark, since you're going to be up front the whole time anyway, there's no need to walk back. Just stay up there
Just
when I
stay
go.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
That's funny. You couldn't find anyone else. There were so many black belts that weren't on the card there that have been on the show.
What's wrong with Vivez? He's the
Nothing's
biggest
wrong. It
competitor.
was a great choice,
Yeah.
but I would have been too self-conscious to do it. I would have been like, Mark's too busy. This is
Yeah,
kind of,
right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Fortunately, Zito's a lot less thoughtful than you are.
yeah,
Right.
he's not thoughtful. Yeah.
Yo, Mark, can you help me out?
Yeah.
And hold on, Mark was totally happy to do it.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Actually, he texted me after. He goes, "Hey, man, I feel like I let you down." I'm like, "Dude, you did not." Like, his coaching is right spot on. It's
Right.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the toe hold coming. He might have saw the toe hold coming and didn't say anything just because he thought I was super comfortable in
Right.
that position, which
Yeah.
I was. I wasn't thinking toe hold.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't thinking toe hold. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten
That's-
caught. But
That's that purple belt mentality talking.
yeah,
You're like, I can't do toe holds.
can't do toe holds.
Not a brown
in the
belt yet.
gi. What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Gonna have to change that, Zito.
Well,
There's gonna have to be some
try
changes.
slapping him on you every once in a
Yeah,
while.
you don't not
Nah,
like that guy.
Not
dude.
like that guy, though.
No. You see his hands are fucking taped up to the gills.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm like, dude, that is legit. Like I was watching him tape his hands. We were actually talking. Of course, we were
course.
talking before.
No.
Yeah,
Rephrase. You were annoying him while he was taping his hands.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. Did you cross the?
I did
the
cross.
Separate.
I did cross.
Oh my god.
I crossed the barrier. What is he
Of
gonna
course
do?
you did. How am I supposed to talk to him otherwise?
Well, the bathroom was on his side, so I had to use the washroom.
Right.
You're
was-
supposed to walk by with your hand
to
hand
walk
held by
right-
your ear,
Happened to
your
walk right
eyes
by
there.
him, and 45 minutes later,
But what's so interesting? So Paul was talking. Like we were talking. He was like he got into jiu-jitsu 4.5 years ago, and he used to weigh 205 pounds.
Whoa.
Have you ever seen the picture he
No.
posted? Like his old ID
Did not,
picture?
no.
Good for him.
I was
man.
like, dude, that's amazing. Holy
yeah.
fuck. Jiu-jitsu, man. Unbelievable. So, through the years, he's fought at whatever. He's fought Donnie before. He's fought at heavier weights.
Right,
And now
right.
he's coming down because he's maybe a little bit taller than I am.
Yeah.
He's wider than me, but he's definitely not a 205 pounder.
Right.
At that frame. But
Because originally when you got matched up with him, I'm like, really? At what weight? Because I think
Right.
I think I remember seeing that name in one of my brackets from like a year ago at the Open or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I think so.
So he's steadily,
Yeah.
just dropped.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, he's a little younger than me. I think he's like 38, 39, somewhere in that
Yeah,
range.
it was the closest person they could find for
I
you.
know, right?
Yeah, no, and again, it was a good matchup.
Yeah, it
I
was.
felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was, man, he's good, man. He's great, man. And Brazil 2-1, they're it's a solid team, man.
Yeah, real solid.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I work with a couple of their guys pretty regularly, and see him around quite a bit these days. So yeah.
But he's Masters 2, so I don't think we'll ever meet in IBJJF ever, because I think I'm always going to be ahead of him there.
Just you can always go lower
Until
in the
you get
age
to Master
bracket, right?
6. And then
They'll always let you fight younger. You can't fight
Yeah,
older.
but
They'll
that's
always
true.
let you fight heavier. You can't fight lighter.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd ever do that.
You're not going to chase that?
you don't want to avenge the loss.
No. There's nothing to do with that.
I know.
No, but now I do feel we do need to, because I talked to him about it again briefly after the match and whatnot. We were talking about putting together like the little guy squad for a training session. I really, really want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know where yet. Like that's the key detail.
Well, I had Sean.
Right, Sean Richmond talked about it. And
Well, I had him. They all came out to Manenco's on a Saturday. Sorry, Hav.
when you say they all, who all? How
all
many
the other
all?
cool little guys.
Just
Yeah,
Don Zidane and Sean. They both came out to Manenco's on a Saturday and trained.
What Saturday was this?
It was, I don't know.
Yeah.
A month ago or something.
It
like
cut
that.
me out of the inner circle.
Oh, and Christian Winmanzi was there, right? You forgot to mention that. And there's a bunch of good little guys there.
That would actually be a great time to schedule it. Actually,
Christian, I want.
when's
to roll
Christian
with
in town
Christian,
next
yeah.
time?
Joey would be good.
Yeah.
Man, get all those guys.
Yeah, PJ.
So what is the weight limit here, fellas?
How much do you weigh right now?
162.
Can you cut 30 pounds?
No.
Okay, that's the limit then.
I'm not. I don't want to show up, but I'm just saying,
No.
like,
I don't know. Like,
for
like-
the listeners,
I would say 145. Nothing over 150.
yeah, and we'll have a scale right at the door.
Yeah,
You know.
scale at the door. Gotta be at least 150 and under for little guys.
150. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make sense.
I mean,
Yeah, call it 150.
Yeah.
to be fair, I hadn't really put that much thought into how.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Because you guys are in the
general
40s,
call-out.
right?
Yeah, I mean, like I
I
walk
walk
around.
around 134, 135.
34.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
like
just
it-
a little bit heavier. I walk around like 138.
Are you on or
140-ish.
off your diet right now, Javi?
I'm always on my diet pretty much. The only time I go off is after I compete.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, and somebody was asking me about that, and I'm like, I think I've been on it for like 3.5, 4 years now consistently. But again, I also compete like every month, so it's not like I'm on it for like 6 months at a crack, solid, no breaks in the action at all. But yeah,
Did you do the Open this year?
Chicago.
Yeah.
So I'd gotten injured when I was when I was in
that's
San
right,
Francisco.
your fucking foot, dude.
Yeah, so I decided not to do any competitions
Smart.
until Masters Worlds.
Gotcha.
Because I'm like, as much as I wanted to do the Chicago Open, because it was a good time last time, I'm just like, this is too close. I want to, I've got so much time and money invested to this Vegas trip that I'm going to feel a damn fool if I go, to some local tournament, get re-injured or some new injury, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm just going to Vegas now to hang out and have acai, which
it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
it was really good.
Fucking acai is amazing.
It was quite tasty.
I'm
but
kind of missing that right now.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some back.
Will you?
No, not at all.
Yeah, the acai was fucking good over there. I don't know how many bowls I had there. A lot.
I don't know, but we need to talk to Seth about getting some kind of deal
Totally.
going on here because
First of all,
hot dogs and pretzels
I
and
want
beer.
to put on blast the fucking Odium right now.
Oh,
Do
jeez.
it.
What happened?
They fucking changed the fucking jumbo pretzel, like the brand. It was fucking like I'm a jumbo pretzel fan.
Man,
okay,
You're speaking my language right
yes, but for some reason they changed vendors. The brand, it was not as big,
Okay.
and they're all like freezer burned. I had 2 of them.
Ew.
Horrible.
Oh, yeah, two. You went in for a second one?
I bought 2 right off the bat.
now.
Okay.
And
And they were. I was like, "What the
Did you
fuck
get the
is this?"
dipping cheese?
It was horrible.
Did
he
you get
needed
salt
it
on
too.
your-
Like let's
Oh, yeah,
let's be very
salt,
clear.
yeah.
He did not get to eat these before the match.
After
This
the
was
match.
I
this
understand
was
that.
while he's in back, injured up. Needs the
Comfort food.
needs
Comfort
that
food.
consolation
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
at least
Like,
I got my pretzel.
At least I got my and the pretzel. So I couldn't believe. I'm like, how could you, like? What are you trying to save money? Like, did you go and like, oh, those pretzels are too expensive. Let's go cheaper.
Maybe they went out of business.
I don't think so, man. Those jumbo pretzels have been around for years.
Yeah, you can still
It's
get them
like
in the
Cracker
store.
Jacks. You know,
Right.
those
listen,
huge ones.
there's no further discussion of jumbo pretzels to be had. Okay, I'm gonna hook you up. I'll get you a gnarly knots pretzel.
I've never
It'll
had one of those.
It'll change your life.
Will it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Better than Auntie Anne's?
I don't like Auntie Anne's.
You get the fuck out, sir.
Okay, I'm leaving. Let's
Get the fuck out.
Don't even mention Auntie Annie's.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Dude, those are
In the
horrible.
presence.
What do you mean they're
Oh,
horrible?
Horrible.
They're nice and soft, and you get toppings on it.
No.
To be fair, I do like the pretzel dog.
Pretzel dog is good.
Yeah, the
I've
pretzel
never
dog is
had
pretty
that.
tasty.
I pull the dog out. I squeeze a packet of mustard inside.
Put it back in.
I put the dog back in. I eat the dog.
I like that you have a method for this.
Do you guys do that too?
Not usually. I mean, I put mustard on it, but
Okay.
yeah.
On
I don't
it
go
or in it.
on it. I'm gonna take a bite, squeeze a little. Take a bite,
Okay,
squeeze a
I
little.
don't know. That could get messy. I mean, why not take advantage of the
The sheath.
the cylinder?
Yeah.
You know? The bread condom.
Oh man.
But yeah, no. So Gnarly Knots is this, local. There's only they've got a pretzel truck.
Okay.
But there's only two of them. One's actually in downtown Barrington, and the other one's in what is that? Winfield. That's the original one, right near the courthouse, and they're amazing.
Okay.
And it pains me because this was like my favorite little like local restaurant that we would visit like every Saturday. And I haven't been able to go there very frequently because of the diet. So like usually I go to competition and I tell Karen right away, I'm like, I want Gnarly Knots. Like, I have myself picked out ahead of time. But what they do is they'll do like just a normal pretzel. Then they have like a cinnamon sugar covered pretzel. They got a cheese covered. They've got a garlic and cheese covered. Like those are the standards. Okay.
Do they have
And
a plain one?
Yeah. The
Okay.
plain salted. Like
Okay.
plain salted is a staple.
Okay.
They also got really good soups there. But then every day they have some specialty pretzel that is stuffed. So like sometimes it's a taco pretzel. Sometimes it's a
How
cheeseburger
big are these?
pretzel.
Are they like?
Big,
Oh, they're big. Okay.
Like the stuffed pretzels are for sure a meal unto themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll bring some in.
Okay.
We've had them at 10th Planet before, but you must have you might not have actually been around at those times. But yeah, it's not uncommon for we'll set something up or after I get back from Vegas we'll have
Do they
some.
deliver?
No, and they have pretty limited hours because they can only make so many in a day.
I see.
So like it's not uncommon. You go there Saturday morning before they open. You stand in line. It goes around the building.
Come on.
They're gonna. If you don't get there in time, they're gonna be sold out of like the main special pretzel.
Sure.
And like I think their hours. Karen's probably gonna be screaming at me through the phone here. I think their hours are something like on Saturday from like 11 to 4 or 12 to 5. I can't remember. It's not very long, but it is not uncommon for them to be like, sold out of everything, goodbye. And it's like 2 o'clock.
Come on.
Yeah. It's so good.
Wow. That's
So
a good
good.
business model to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Javi, you're on death row.
Oh, Jesus.
What's your last meal?
Oh, man. I'm probably going like just good old fashioned steak and potatoes.
I love it.
Yeah, like I'll go to war with myself. I probably want a baked potato. I want some butter, cheese, bacon, sour cream, nice big steak, a lot of delicious fat on it.
Right.
Might do like a baguette or some other kind of we were just talking about pretzels. You go over to Weber Grill. They have these little pretzel roll guys. Oh, those are so good. And just the smell of them is delicious. So yeah, like some kind of bread, definitely some kind of potato, maybe mashed potatoes if I'm in the mood for it. But when I think steak, usually it's a baked potato, and then just can never
Making me hungry.
Me too. It's a real shame
Been
that one
eating
of
a
us
lot of
is
steak lately.
staying on point for weight.
Been going to Costco and buying beef tenderloin, the big slab of beef tenderloin. It's like $100 normally. Go
Right.
home, I cut it up. I usually get like 9 fillets out of it, and then I
Right.
vacuum seal it. Boom, throw it in the freezer. Then
Way to be.
I get their big bag of steamed vegetables too, Kirkland brand.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in so I steam some vegetables and I cook up steak like 3 nights a week at least.
Right.
When I get home.
Yeah. Normally, so I find it personally easier to I don't want to be hungry the whole time leading up to a tournament. So what I do is I start cutting out things that are kind of difficult. Like I don't want to be weighing my food.
Right.
Like that just annoys me too much.
Yeah, that's ugh.
So what I typically do is I do like all my main meals are just protein shakes, and then like the solid food that I eat is the small portion that I do measure out. So like leading up to it, like the days before, not like weeks and months out, we're talking here, like the days before, that helps me maintain like I know exactly how much water I'm going to drink because it's in a bottle. I know exactly how much my meals are going to weigh because it's a protein shake, you know, and everything's exactly on point at all times, how much weight I'm taking in. And then it's just a matter of what am I going to sweat out on any given night, you know, and obviously the bathroom too. But
Well, you're doing light feather for Master Worlds, right?
yeah, I'm not. Everyone except for me seems to be convinced that I can go to Rooster,
Don't do it.
but yeah, like that's going to take like serious like lifestyle changes in terms
don't
of
do
like
it.
No, you don't need
You'll
to
be
do that.
miserable.
Yeah.
probably.
And I don't think your chances are any better.
No.
I don't know.
Well, you're
like,
Masters
like,
3, right? You're
Yeah,
same
Masters
as me.
3. They're definitely like there's definitely less fights at Rooster
There's
to be
less
had than
fights.
there are at Light Feather.
Yeah,
But
thankfully, because you won't have the energy to fight a whole lot.
well, right. But like with my frame, like I'm not super lean.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not cut up like a lot of guys in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You know, carry a tiny bit around the middle there. So like maybe if I was even more disciplined with what I eat and got on like a serious cardio strength and conditioning program,
Right.
maybe it would come off. But it's not like I want to be like, oh yeah, I could cut 20 pounds to fight at Rooster weight. No, that's never going to happen. Like if I leaned out even more and it seemed within reach, I might consider doing it. Because like I can pretty comfortably get down to about 134 pounds before it's like, anymore and I'm going to be miserable.
Right.
Okay. But I'm not usually walking at that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm walking at like 138, 142,
Right.
somewhere in that range.
Right.
So like
Enjoying yourself.
Right. And I'm between divisions, but getting down to
Right.
light feather is like almost no effort at all.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we're gonna
enjoy
not
life,
eat like a
too.
maniac for a week. And
I mean, I did that. I got for that one Naga to 129.
Mm-hmm.
That was sucked. Like I was like, oh, this is not where I should be. Like my body was like breaking
Yeah,
down
no.
at that point. I walk around 134. Losing 5 pounds doesn't seem like much, but I'm just not. I don't have a lot of
Right.
fat on my
Javier's
body.
3 F's of life: food, fighting, and fucking.
absolutely.
You know, so you can't.
I see that I've taught you at least one thing in our time together.
So you gotta, you know,
Not necessarily in that order, though, is it?
Well, look, I mean, you cut down to Rooster, you're taking out the food.
Yeah.
You don't have the energy to fuck or fight.
Don't you ever say that to my presence again. There's always energy for at least one of those things.
Right, one of those things. So you're gonna have to give up another. You know, there goes 2 F's. Now you're stuck
Damn
with
it.
1 F.
That's just a fail.
Right.
good.
That is that F stands for fail.
I think you'd be fine at
Indeed.
light feather.
No, yeah, this is, I mean, every time I've competed in the IBJJF, I've been light feather or feather.
Okay.
And I only went up to feather because I looked at the bracket and I'm like, oh, great, there's no one at light feather. Wait a second, this is actually great. I'll just not really have to prepare at all. I'm going in there totally,
Right.
eating steaks and
Feeling
chicken
good.
and bacon and
Feeling strong.
yeah, and I did fine. Took
Right.
gold in that one. So yeah, I can probably comfortably do light feather. Maybe I can do feather comfortably, on the regular. I mean, and Rooster is probably not worth it for me. I don't know. Like I said, if lifestyle changes and it looks like it's in my grasp, I would
Right.
do it. But I'm not cutting that much weight to
If
try.
you were
it.
like 26 and this was adult worlds, I would say, yeah, maybe cut. But, come on.
Yeah.
And then, like, the other factor is, and this is all kind of pending on how things go at Master of Worlds in Vegas, which I'm leaving for on Tuesday.
Right.
Like, this is going to be my sort of test run to see, like, do I want to try pans? Do I want to try to get to adult worlds?
Right.
Because
Wait, to fight at adult worlds?
Yeah.
Like to fight at an adult division?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I do well at Master World as brown belt, of course, is what I'm talking here. Then I'm willing to try worlds and pans
Right.
next year.
That would take a lot of traveling, right? You'd have to
gotta
rack
earn-
up a
yeah.
certain amount of
Yeah, no,
points at
no.
opens.
Well, no.
That's at black.
That's only a
Oh, is
black
that
belt.
only a black
yeah,
belt?
yeah. That's another level of dedication.
Right.
And also not a black belt yet, so
Yeah.
not a worry. But no, if I do, because like my first IBJJF ever was Masters Worlds last year at purple belt. I had never competed in the IBJJF. Been to several of them, mind you, but just never actually jumped in the brackets. And I did all right.
You did good. Very good.
Yeah, no, I mean, other than getting disqualified, I did okay.
Yeah. I mean,
But since then, now I've got some more experience. I did Nogi Worlds, which was not a good day for me. Did the Chicago Open. I'm more adjusted to the rules, and it's like I've competed against guys a lot younger than me in the past and done at least all right. Not always coming out on top. John Calstein, perfect example. That we had a great match. I definitely came out losing that one. But so it's like, if I'm ever going to do Adult Worlds, it needs to be soon because I ain't getting any younger.
Right.
I ain't going to try it when I'm 50, for the first time. So yeah, like that's kind of a goal that's pending in the back of my mind of doing Adult Worlds if I can do well at Master Worlds.
how many people are in your bracket for Master Worlds?
Last time I looked 12. So
12.
yeah. Why are you shocked by that?
I don't know. Masters 3, Brown?
Yeah.
Light Feather?
Yes.
12.
How many you got? Like typically.
At
I mean,
Master,
Master
last,
Worlds,
it was
yeah.
8.
It was only 8 for you?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't remember how many it was last year. I want to say it was 10 plus.
But that was at Blue. I just figured once you start getting into Brown, it would.
Did
be
I think I
less.
had like 70 guys in my bracket last year?
You're Master 1.
7-0?
You're just
Master 1 purple.
Master
Yeah.
1 purple, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, lower belt ranks, more middleweight weights is always going to get more people.
Right.
Yeah, like blue belt at like normal people weight is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, is that going to roll into triple digits?
Yeah.
I wonder what it is at.
You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. And they have the Vegas Open too. You're not doing that.
No. So I'm going out with a couple of teammates, and 3 of us are Masters division, and one of our teammates is just doing the
Vegas
Open.
Open.
Is it
That's
is it the
smart.
Open or the? Because they also have the championship there, and I can't remember which one it is. I didn't pay that much attention because
Right.
I wasn't competing in it. But they have like
Aren't the championships just for black belts because they're paid?
no. There's like the what is it called? The American Cup or whatever.
Okay.
This might just be the Las Vegas Open, but I can't remember. There's another tournament in Vegas that the IBJJF runs that isn't the Open and
Okay.
isn't Masters World, and I can't remember what it's called. Somebody
That was
in
smart
our
enough
audience
to do
knows.
that, to do the Open along with Master Worlds.
I think it's a really good idea because obviously
Now the whole
younger
family could
people
go.
that are there
Right.
now have a tournament that don't just have to hang out in Vegas.
Exactly. But no, now you can bring the whole family.
I mean, I'm expecting it's going to be an utter madhouse the whole time
Right.
too, because last year was insane,
Yeah.
and we didn't have adult competitors,
Right.
So yeah, finding it.
What do you guys make of Conor and Khabib match?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and it already sold out like in like a minute of tickets becoming available.
Right. Oh, you were going to
No,
try
I
and-
wasn't going
okay.
to go. I just heard that like through the
sold out in a
grapevine
second,
that like they sold out tickets online in something like under a minute or something ridiculous
Wow.
like that. Yeah, so a lot of fans can be pissed when somebody inevitably gets injured and ruins our Christmas.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. This has got potential to be a really, really great fight in my mind.
Does it?
It has the potential.
How does this become a great fight? It becomes a great fight for one set of fans or the other set of fans, but
I mean, there's absolutely going to be okay.
like
the
a
way
back and forth 5-round war.
I think no. I think that'll be a lose for everyone.
Right.
Okay. I think if these two go to war and it goes the distance, like that's probably not going to be that great.
It's going to be beating the shit out of Conor, probably. If it goes 5 rounds, that's pretty much.
Yeah, Connor's going to lose.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but I don't think that's likely. I think either Khabib dominates it and like finishes him on the ground in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Just too many unanswered strikes, or, some kind of submission.
Right.
Or Khabib gets knocked the fuck out.
Right.
Like one of those two extremes.
I can tell you
seems
what's
the
not
most
going
likely
to happen. McGregor's not going to submit Khabib, and Khabib's
Khabib's
not going to
gonna
knock out Conor.
Right.
That much I know.
We have you on record.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I will personally make that my ringtone if
Yeah.
one or the other of those
Right.
things happen.
Yeah.
That's my Mystic Mac prediction.
Yeah. Oh, Paul's calling, and there
we-
it
are
is.
we doing-
Paul's
are
wrong
we
again.
I
doing-
told you.
Can we do a fight companion for that one?
I would love to. Yeah.
October 6th.
Yeah. You gonna be around?
Yes. We'll see. I mean, I won't know until.
Should we make it some kind of special fight companion? Like I should get the hardest hitting like sambo guys that I can find, and you could get like the most drunken Irish jiu-jitsu fans you can find.
I'll just show up.
There you go.
You know, done and done.
Well, that was easier to arrange than I thought.
That's going to be a good card, though. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
who
good
else
cards.
is on that?
That's a big one.
Nate.
Well, I mean-
wait, hang on. Is that Nate Diaz fight with Poirier on or off?
Why?
I
didn't
thought it
hear
was
anything.
on. I may have missed some news here. What's going on?
No, I mean I read an article where when they announced so there was
the Diaz was like, fuck the UFC.
there was like a 25-year press conference for the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Diaz was there and Poirier, and at the conference they announced McGregor versus Khabib.
Right.
And Diaz like got up from the stage and walked out and was like, "Fuck you, I'm not fighting."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't
So,
know that.
of course, there's articles like, "Is it happening or not?"
I think that's going to be a good fight for both of them.
I think I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like the biggest money making fight in UFC history.
No, I'm talking about Nate and Poirier.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, but for sure you're right about that.
So let's see here. Just pulling this up real quick. So we're going to have Khabib and Conor, of course, headlining. The co-main is a heavyweight fight between Derek Lewis and Alexander Volkov. We've got...
Really? They gave Derek Lewis co-main event after his last performance.
That's what it's showing right now.
Wow.
We've got
Who's next?
Sergio Pettis versus Formiga.
Okay.
Oven St. Preux versus Dominic Reyes. Michelle Watterson versus Felice Herrig. Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Good fight.
Bantamweight, we got Sean O'Malley versus this guy's name doesn't even fit on the screen, so he must be Brazilian.
So the card's okay. It's not like it's a.
No,
it's
I
not
mean,
like
they're-
the UFC 200.
They're
Card.
going to sell 2 million
No.
because of Conor and Khabib. They don't really
so
care.
They don't really care about too
Yeah.
much. Right.
I don't know. Wouldn't you think though that like if you're a fighter, like one of the top fighters, wouldn't you be like really trying to get on that card because
Fucking
that's going to be
right.
the money
That's gonna
card?
be the money
Right.
card. If you
Yeah.
have pay-per-view.
Well, yeah, if you got points or whatever they
Yeah,
call them.
which is why I'm surprised they're putting Derek Lewis in there. It's like, how do you deserve to have that many eyes on you after the last show?
That last show was pretty brutal. That was a rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? Not every fight's gonna be a fucking
Yeah.
gangbusters.
Right. Well, by definition, I guess they can't all be great. We would very quickly lose sight of what greatness is.
It's true. Although I'd like to see George St. Pierre come back.
For like, who do you want to see him fight if he did?
If Conor beats Khabib.
No, I don't want to see. I
St.
want to see.
Pierre
I
and
want to see
Conor at
Woodley.
170?
I want to see Woodley.
Okay.
I want to see Woodley St. Pierre.
Right.
That's all. I mean, that's the fucking fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Conor. If that's not his weight, I want to see St. Pierre come back and get his title 170.
Okay.
100% clean both sides.
Yeah.
None of this, bullshit of guy was on PEDs and whatever.
Right.
With what's his name? Who's
Johnny Hendricks.
yeah, Hendricks. I want to see, if George St. Pierre's the best, Woodley says he's
Is
the best.
Woodley fighting anytime soon?
He's fighting the Till
Yeah.
When?
soon.
Yeah, I don't remember which card that's on, but that's the next big thing for him.
I don't even know how Till can even make that fucking weight. It's almost ridiculous. Do you see how big Till is compared to Woodley?
Like
Like,
height wise.
every wise. I mean, he's just a giant human being. He's almost looks like he should be heavyweight.
How's his
Or at least
takedown
205.
Till.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
not.
I didn't think anything of his last performance against.
Do you guys follow Kobe Covington on Instagram?
No.
Yeah, he's been talking mad shit on him, hasn't he?
He's been talking about
I've
shit,
seen a
but
little.
like he showed up to the White House with the UFC
He
belt
did.
and
He
like got
totally
a photo
did.
with
I know.
President Trump.
I know. That's funny.
And then he jumps on there and talks a bunch of shit about like the Philadelphia Eagles and
I still don't understand. Well, I heard the reasoning. I mean, but why? Because he was going to have, but it wasn't the surgery he's going to have like no big deal. Like, wasn't he going to be come back right away?
Who's that?
Kobe.
Oh, he's getting surgery.
Like something with his nose. Something like
really?
that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But
what it
nothing
was.
like serious. Nothing like you're going to be out for 6 months. Like you'll be out for like a month or 6
Right.
weeks or something like that. But and they still didn't give it to him, which is weird. I don't know why Till is such a bigger draw than Kobe.
Because now with Biz being gone, they need a limey bastard in there.
Is that what it is?
And he's the choice,
And
you're saying?
Yeah, he's their choice.
I don't know. I just think Till is a little on the sloppy side. You know, he's not.
They need to.
You know what I'm saying?
They need to
He
bring him
doesn't
up
fight.
a little bit
He's not
slower,
crisp.
right? Don't
Yeah.
they have?
I think they're just buying time for a bigger fight for
Right.
Woodley.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
Do you think so? Kobe's not a big enough draw yet.
No, that's the draw.
Yeah, they're trying
They're
to.
buying time
For
they're getting
Kobe.
They're getting Woodley a fight with Till, while Kobe's recovering.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the fight they're hoping to make at this point.
I still think George come back, fight Woodley, call it a day.
Just,
Yeah.
just beat Woodley, no problem.
No, I mean I think that's the fight to make. I mean,
That
it
would
seems-
that for sure do good numbers. I'd love to see it because I love GSP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GSP.
But yeah, I don't know how.
And then GSP beats Woodley, and then Ben Askren gets signed and fights GSP.
This is fantastic. We're
Thank you.
doing like fantasy UFC leagues
Basically.
right now.
Right.
I mean, if Ben Askren doesn't come in and fight GSP after GSP just beat Woodley, what else are you gonna do?
UFC should hire you, bro.
I know, right?
Sean Shelby, you're fired.
Genius.
Genius. Make
I
it
love
happen. I'll make it happen. Let's go. Just give me the ability to open that bank account. I'll make it happen.
He just really wants to talk to the guys in the truck and be like, so how do you do that video editing on the fly? It's amazing. I love it.
Amazing.
This should be at
Pull it up.
every jiu-jitsu tournament from
Pull it up.
from IBJJF to a
Let's watch that
local
back.
Naga.
Right.
Let's watch that foot completely flex and pop. Let's see how that looks. Slow motion.
Hey, that was a valuable lesson learned, though, right?
Valuable lesson learned. Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I loved it. I loved it. I do. I just amazes me that that I didn't think about it. I'm like really like that's what baffles me the most. Like, man, I didn't think about at all. Like, it totally didn't even enter my radar.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Coming from because you get complacent. I'm complacent in that position, and
Because it's not
complacency-
normally a threat you have to worry
not
about.
a threat I have to think about,
Right. No,
of recent, because
Yeah.
Paul and I have been training gi so much, and in no gi, that submission, a total in the no gi is, it's you can. I feel I can.
You
get
feel
out
like you can slip it easier?
slip it a little easier.
Okay,
but when
for
I was
sure.
stuck, I wasn't in the gi. Is like I'm not getting out.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm at home keeping score, but I feel like my escapes that I use for toe holds work pretty much regardless of the clothing. Like nobody's putting a toe hold on me and is also like gripping the pants in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
their hands are busy doing
Right.
the toe hold.
Right, right.
So yeah,
But I
like
just
a
felt I couldn't
little
get my-
a little extra friction, sure,
extra
but
friction, yeah.
but yeah, like.
And it was quick.
That friction, it was quick.
was
He
quick.
slapped that on good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very proud of him actually.
Yeah, good. So was I. It was fucking
Yeah.
legit. No joke.
Yeah, no, it was an excellent submission. Unfortunate you got hurt, but that's the fight game. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
It's the
So-
fight game. Paul, no injuries, huh? You feeling good? You got that iron neck thing now.
I
How's
got
that
the
doing?
iron neck. I like it a lot. I use it every day.
Yeah. Like in the morning before you go to work, right?
In the
at
morning
night?
before I go to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's 100% worth it. How much was that thing?
It was like $550. I know. And then it shows up and you're like, did I really spend $500 on this thing? And I was contemplating. Remember, I was like, dude, I don't know, man. This thing's fucking expensive. And Cito's like, dude, your neck's been giving you issues for like a year. Like, don't think of it as spending $500. Think of it as an investment in your body. You want to be able to do jujitsu for 20 more years at least, And that kind of, I was like, yeah, you're right.
Right. And above and beyond that $500 is insignificant compared to one trip to the ER.
Right. Exactly. And also, it's kind of a weird way to think about things, but when you spend $500 on a piece of equipment, you tend to use it.
Right.
No, yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
You're
Yeah,
like,
if
I
it-
better use this. I better, and I've used it every day since I've gotten it. You
Right,
know,
yeah, it'd
if
be
I
really-
got the thing for $30, it'd probably be sitting in my closet.
Right.
You know,
But you feel good.
I feel like it. Yeah, it's strengthening my neck, and I think it possibly, my disc fell back into relatively where it should be.
Okay.
But yeah,
Good.
I'll go with that, bro science. As long as you're feeling better.
yeah,
I'll say
placebo
that's-
effect, dude.
yeah.
It's fine, whatever. That might just be placebo effect. I don't care. The result is the same.
Yeah, right.
you
It doesn't
know?
matter, right?
Yeah.
Feels better. That's what's most important.
Right.
But no, I mean, like strengthening the neck,
Mm-hmm.
getting your support structure good. Yeah. We should all be doing it probably.
Yeah,
Get one at every gym.
indeed.
And then you were getting the hyper.
The reverse hyper?
Reverse hyper.
The reverse hyper.
You got that too.
I own a reverse hyper.
Oh, I didn't
too.
know that.
Yeah.
When did you get that? Is that a recent thing or did I just miss
like
it?
a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
It's great. It's taking up a ton of
I
space.
bet. Because I saw it online. I'm like, that's a pretty big piece
Yeah,
of
no,
equipment.
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
I've yet to actually use one. So yeah, like you're using it regularly. It's helping everything.
Yeah, because my lower back was kind of giving me some issues because I'm on my feet for 10 hours a day walking, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I think so. I'm like, I really need to put an emphasis on strengthening my back. So
Do you wear a tool belt?
no,
Do you wear one of those back braces?
I did for like 15 years, but
Yeah,
at
yeah.
McCormick Place, it's not like
It's not
we're
like
not
that?
carrying a ton of tools around
Oh,
and
okay.
shit.
But you wear a back brace every
no,
day? No.
no.
Okay.
So kettlebell swings and the reverse hyper.
Okay.
And I do. I feel stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Should get one for. I should have.
I feel like
Mello
I would
get
be
one here.
less lazy, like coming up for a single leg. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I could finish this.
Right.
Like where
Because of-
before your
Whereas
back
before
would
you're
just
like,
kind of, I'm tired. You know?
just pull guard.
Yeah.
So the reverse hyper helped you secure the win at the Chicago Open.
Yeah, let's chalk it up to the reverse. And not all the fucking training I've been putting in.
Clearly not. Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
That's cool. I mean,
maybe get sponsored by
I
them.
got it.
You never
I
know.
got the reverse hyper like a week before the Open. So
Did you?
yeah,
clearly that was what pushed you
that's
over the
what
what it
edge.
pushed me over the edge.
Right.
What
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Previously, having heard Joe Rogan's, extensive years of talking about that thing, I was like, it's probably bullshit. But now that I've heard
Right.
Paul talk about
Yeah.
it, I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, let's get one.
And I got engaged too.
That's probably going to be more costly than any of the other equipment.
Sorry, ladies.
Off the market.
Yeah, right.
Paul's off the
Congratulations.
We just lost all 4 of our female listeners.
Maybe we'll gain some new ones.
That's a good point.
But I don't believe I had the opportunity to say congratulations
Thank
in
you.
person. So
Thank you, sir.
congratulations.
Indeed.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks.
market. Way to go.
Yes.
So that's the real
guys-
reason.
you guys set
can't
the
do
date?
podcast anymore.
No, actually, when I told Laura that I was like, I think something's got to give here. I don't think I'll be able to do the podcast anymore. She was like, no, you could do it. Keep going with it. I'm
Get
like,
the fuck out of the
"Keep
house."
Going how? Like, I don't like. Literally, there's only 24 hours in the day.
But you got to love that she was trying to be encouraging.
For
and,
sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's way better than the opposite, which is like, I want you here with me.
Yeah,
you know,
for
like,
sure.
why are you doing that? You know,
Right.
That I could not live with.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
Don't-
those guys are
don't be
the
that guy.
worst, man. Those guys that put up with that shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes you like work with dudes that are like, well, I get my paycheck from one boss and I hand it over to the other boss, and it's like, God, you're sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't be that guy.
Never be that guy.
Your wife bosses you around.
Quality life advice on being married by
Yeah.
Paul Moloney, who is not presently married.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his future painted.
Right. Hey, he's got
planned
it
out.
planned out. He's got it all perfect. You know,
The way it is.
everyone's got a plan
Yeah.
until they get hit.
I mean, nobody really wants to get married. You know, like.
wait, say that again. We're just gonna extract that clip out for your wedding.
I want kids. I want to start a family. You know, you know, this is one of the things you have to do.
You know, you could just do that, right?
Right.
Yeah, but like,
Like, oh,
You're saying this is the way you've perceived the path should go.
I think so.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
I think so. Plus, you know, like you got family.
But you definitely do want to fix
be...
that phrasing. You really like definitely before the wedding. You want to be like, I really
I'm
only
ready
did
and
it
want to
so
get
that
married.
none of my children would be bastards.
And,
like I like
so
her.
they would be covered under my health insurance.
Right.
Also,
Legally,
I
it
love
seemed
you
like
and
the best
stuff.
thing to do.
Oh, that's so funny. God.
You know,
that
I mean, it's a
perspective.
fucking like. I mean, it's a nuisance, isn't it?
What is it?
Hold on.
No, the whole thing. Like,
let him
first of all,
dig.
we're
Let
not
him
doing.
dig, Javi. Let
Yeah,
him
no,
dig.
no, I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna dig right with him.
Okay.
Think I give a shit?
I hate weddings.
I'm not
Okay.
doing the whole thing, like with the reception and the showers and the rehearsal
No?
dinners and the big day and the ceremony. No, fuck that.
Okay.
Yeah.
She knows this already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just gonna go somewhere.
Because
the
this
two
would be
of
a
us.
terrible,
Oh,
terrible time to break that to her on the
right.
podcast when it drops on Tuesday.
Right.
She's all got like
Yeah,
these.
I mean, anyone I talk to, they're like, "Jesus, my wedding put me back about $50,000," and I'm just like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah,
you know.
Don't go there. No.
Okay.
Not to mention, my mom comes from a family of 11. My dad comes from a family of 10. I've got so many cousins.
Who you gonna invite?
It would be the thing of like someone's going to get insulted. There's going to be
So you're going to
gossip.
insult all of them.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Not just-
Precisely.
Exactly.
We might just do something where it's like, hey, we're getting married in Hawaii. Come if you want. Peace.
Right.
You know, and then whoever shows, and you know, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I hate weddings. Okay. Like just I hated my own wedding the first time, but I don't like all the. I don't like all the costs. I don't like all the pageantry. You know, like it's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, but I also wasn't really raised that way. Like you know, I know a lot of people build it up as a huge thing, and if that's what you want, great. So long as everyone's on the same page.
Yes.
You know, I feel like I've been to enough weddings where it's like one person very clearly had a plan for this, and the other person is very clearly just suffering through it.
And
Like-
will continue to suffer.
Oftentimes.
Yeah, with their wallet for the
Yeah.
next 2 years.
But yeah, no, I mean, being married when you meet the right person, it's awesome. And when it's not, then you get the guy complaining at work, you know, sounding miserable his whole life.
Right,
you know,
right.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So we've all known that guy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough one to be. Yeah, for sure. Well, congratulations.
Thanks,
again.
dude.
It's awesome. Way to go.
Achievement unlocked.
Oh, is that like a what kind of term is that? Like for
Well, I guess that was kind of like
games?
an Xbox video
Xbox,
game
yeah.
term. Yeah.
Achievement unlocked. Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next chapter.
Right.
Or, sorry, level.
Level. Yeah,
Yeah.
level. You've leveled up. In
On to the next page
Game
of the
of life.
comic book.
Yeah. So kids planning those right away, or just
I mean-
thinking for the future.
She's 32. I'm 33. It's like, you know, better
Practically dead.
better get on it, you know. I want to be able to grapple with my kids,
Right.
you know, when they're 15, 16, 20, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's my thought process.
No, I
Have some mats in the basement, elevated floor, you know.
Yeah.
man, one of
The norm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what people do.
Exactly.
yeah one of my students, the son and dad take jujitsu together now, and like just overnight transformation. You know, bought the mats, have a little Brazilian flag hung up at home in
Right.
in the you know the personal training area. You know, work with something on a Friday night, and they're drilling it over the weekend. You know, it's like, man, that's fucking great. I do my kids. Well, okay, all of my boys have done judo or wrestling or sambo or jujitsu at some point.
Right.
My older boys didn't choose to stick with it. You know, that's their choice. I'm okay with it. My youngest right now does jujitsu at LCCT. You know, really likes it. Let's be honest, he really likes the games and the interaction and whatnot. And the jujitsu is a nice bonus. But, you know, maybe one day he turns that corner and decides, you know, like, this is for me. Or maybe he doesn't. You know,
Right.
I'm okay with that. But,
Yeah.
man, there's nothing cooler, like, as a father than, you know, seeing them fall in love with something, you know, that you enjoy. And
Right.
it doesn't necessarily have to be jiu-jitsu, of course, but, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's all. Some of my favorite bonding moments have been about like shared geekiness over a comic book with my kids, or, you know, enjoying a cartoon together and things
Right.
like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's its own experience.
Crying at Wolverine together.
Did I tell that story on the podcast?
Sorry.
I don't know.
Logan.
Yeah,
My bad.
it was
Yeah, yeah.
Logan.
It was. Yeah, you did
Yeah.
tell the story.
Yeah,
It was very
yeah.
touching.
I tried to be strong, even now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Logan yet.
What's wrong with you? I
don't know.
Have you seen the previous movies though?
You don't need to see
Yeah.
it.
It's not.
Nah.
Shut up. Don't listen to this guy. He's got terrible taste in movies. You know that by now.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What? What movie is terrible?
Like every movie that I enjoy, you hate. Therefore,
Right.
you have terrible taste in movies.
Yeah.
I want to see the Infinity War one. Is that the most recent one?
Yeah, but
But I have to watch all the previous ones.
you don't
think
have
that's
to.
that
It's just
time.
not gonna. It's not gonna. It's not gonna be the same.
What won't
know.
be the same? The movie won't be
It's
the
a
same.
continuing story spread out over a whole bunch of movies that are clearly.
Will I get it
by-
or I won't get it?
You'll get it, but it's like they're not going to introduce the characters. You're not going to get any backstory on them. You don't know why they know each other or hate each other or whatever. You're just going to see, like, for you, it's just going to be a violence festival. Okay, with like really cool special effects, and you might recognize one or two characters because you know who like Spider-Man is and
Yeah.
Captain America. You know, like
course, yeah.
you'll recognize them and whatnot. But like, you don't know who the fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy is. Why is this plant walking around and saying "I am Groot"? Like,
Movies
I've
awful,
seen
by the
that.
way.
I've seen
Okay.
Guardians
That's
of the Galaxy.
terrible.
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
I liked it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
What did
Again.
you like about it? It was funny.
I don't
Again,
know. Maybe
Paul
it was
has
just
terrible
way
taste
too
in
hyped
movies.
up.
Really?
And I'm like, man, I'm really looking forward to this. Everyone's talking about it. I'm like,
I thought
oh,
the soundtrack was really good.
it's
I
like
thought
cartoons in a spaceship.
Yeah.
it is a lot of CGI, right?
Right.
No denying
Yeah,
that
for sure. Well, how you gonna not have CGI? I mean, they're in space.
I don't know.
Can't
There's,
film a movie in space.
I guess.
You and your facts.
Yeah. Sorry.
Fucking CGI. But I mean, CGI is getting crazy. I've seen some like I go on Shock Mansion a lot. Shout out to my Aussies out there. It's basically from Australia. These guys, Shock Mansion. You can go to the website. So they have all these like clips of like certain like cool things that are going on the internet, whatever it may be, and they do these clips of like how to make movies and through the CGIs. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's really.
It's amazing how good they get everything looking.
Right.
It's nothing like I thought The Matrix was amazing, but now you go back and see The Matrix, like, wow, that's way the fuck off.
A lot of
For
it
the time
still holds
period,
up, but like the technology is vastly improved in that
Right,
period of
right.
time. But we're 20. What was the Matrix? 99.
99, but then
Yeah.
I'm talking about Matrix, the second one.
Well, even so, it's 15
With all the
plus
Neos.
years.
It got a little too,
Yeah.
but it's still amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the first Matrix so much. Not so much
That-
the sequels, but the first Matrix was.
The first Matrix was by far the best.
Yeah.
It's such a good. You ever see it, Paul?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you also hate it?
No, I like The Matrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one for you. So.
One in the win
You ever
column.
see the 13th Floor?
No.
That's a good one too. It's kind of Matrix-esque when it comes. You saw it, right? Huh? 13th Floor.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm
pretty
actually
cool.
kind of struggling on it right now.
Yeah. Javi, this is where you kick Zito
Under the table
Yeah.
to let him know that we should probably kill this.
Right.
And go rep some technique.
That's right.
Oh, what are you showing us today?
I'll show you a little something. You'll have to tune in to find out.
Oh, I'm excited. Put your gi on. Chill. Oh,
Very
you
hard
gotta
to
show,
submit
You gotta
gi.
show Javi. You gotta use Javi though.
Okay.
Because you're just a little too banged
A
up.
little too banged up
Yeah.
today, but
You
yeah.
were planning on showing a toe hold,
Toe
weren't
hold,
you?
indeed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
actually, I'm going to show toe hold defense today in honor of Zito.
Thank you. Please do. All right, let's wrap this up. All right, Paul. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on. Where can people find you?
Paul Moloney on Facebook. That's MOLONEY. And Paul Moloney BJJ on Instagram.
Awesome, man.
And I'd also like to take this opportunity to plug my new podcast that I'm about to start. No, thanks for having me on, guys, and Godspeed to you both.
Thanks, Paul.
I'll be a loyal listener.
Thanks
for sure.
Well,
appreciate that.
Yep,
Thank you, because without you,
we've got some
We
big
wouldn't be
boots
here.
to fill. Javi.
I do. Yeah, like what size shoe do
Size
you wear?
12. I'm super easy to foot lock. And no, I didn't get the big cock that goes with the big feet. I just have big socks.
What a terrible
Very
life
average
you
penis
have.
size.
Good thing you're off the market then.
All right, gentlemen. Let's go do some technique. All right, we'll see you guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Very Hard to Submit. Go to vhtsny.com and check out their kimonos, compression gear, and apparel. This is a brand we are excited to be supported by. Their gear is high quality with a clean design. Go to vhtsny.com and see for yourself. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. For more information about Grappler Union Podcast, you could visit us at our website at grapplerunion.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Grappler Union. Please like us on Facebook. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes. And all of our episodes are available on our YouTube channel. Say what?
Be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to all that shit. You got to do another take, right?
Oh.